Right. The sky is a neighborhood, so keep it down. Something about the world is a storybook. It's something about something. The sky is a neighborhood. Good morning, everybody. Don't make a sound, cause monkeys up there gonna anyway. Good morning. Oh, we gotta talk about a lot today. Don't make no noise. The sky is a neighborhood. And don't worry about the Rothschild and Rockefeller world. I gotta talk to y'all this morning. Good morning, everybody. How y'all doing? It's been a minute. The sky is a neighborhood. Keep it down. Who is this? Foo Fighters? The sky is a neighborhood. Oh my goodness. It is a neighborhood, y'all. And you ain't going to heaven, cause you're in hell. And you wanna keep hell, cause you won't end the cycle. Good morning, everybody. Plan default. The world is in plan default. It is a neighborhood now. I have to sing louder than that or I get the copyright strike. Keep it down. Keep it down. The sky is a neighborhood. Oh my goodness, the world is a stage. Good morning. I'm not gonna ruin your morning with that singing. Well, I tell you what, hang on. I gotta get a picture of the sky. It's a neighborhood. It's a neighborhood, baby. It is a neighborhood. Good morning, people. I can't see the comments just yet. I'm gonna get it going in a second. Whew. Boy, I tell you what, am I tired? I've been playing with Photoshop damn near 5 days now. Photoshop. People think, where you go? I went to Photoshop, damn it. Not your business. Nachos. I got some nachos. I went to get some nachos. Not your business. Hey, don't post publicly where you going. The world is not safe. Oh, Lord have mercy. Do I got stories to tell about the world not being safe? But oh, I don't know. I have so much on my mind, people. I don't even know where to start. Good morning, everybody. I'm drinking my coffee this morning, which I need to give this nonsense up. Yeah, I say that every other month, but that's okay. This month, it's been about 2 months I say that. Green tea, my God. The sky is a neighborhood. I proved it on Photoshop. I looked up and I was like, oh my goodness. Are you kidding me? This thing was always up there. Is that new? Half my friends, well, some of them, they live out there in certain parts of the planet where they don't have light pollution. You can see that the sky is a neighborhood. The sky neighborhood like a joke, or like as many times I've been out there, I never did this. And finally, when I said, oh my goodness, we need to keep it down, y'all. We need to keep, who said that? It's one of the smartest men on the planet said that. His name was Stephen Hawking said, keep it down. You might want to keep it down, y'all. All right, come on, Eric. Grandmama said that too. She hits you with a shoe. If not, let me get my background real quick. Oh, no, I don't want to do that background. The planet is in default. So it's a lot of things we can talk about today. Oh my goodness. I can tell you stories. I don't want to tell you stories. I almost died. Almost died in the last 5 days. I almost died about 10 times. One time I almost took 2 people with me. Oh, Lord have mercy if those people are here. All right. I don't need to bring comments up here, do I? Oh, I don't need to bring comments up. All right, I'm almost ready. Hang on. Where's my background picture? A lot of stuff we can talk about today. Oh my God. Y'all, the monkeys went crazy. I disappeared for a few. The monkeys went crazy. I played with Photoshop for a few days and try to convince people that of something. All right, no. Stop. Focus. I'm focusing. Let me get the background. The sky's a neighborhood. Although this picture back here shows you that the sky's a neighborhood, I never knew how much of a neighborhood it was until I looked up and I was like, oh my God, the sky looked like dust, y'all. Dust. If you have not been outside of light pollution, if you're just trapped on your plantation, you get to a place where ain't no light pollution, it just looks like dust. The sky is a dusty neighborhood. Foo Fighters, that's fake news. The sky is a dusty neighborhood, people, and we're not going to be here to see how it goes. If we don't grow the F up because of central banking. Oh, my God. We talk about, Kaiser. Oh, good Lord have mercy. What is his name? Michael Maloney was on Kaiser this morning. He just told it all. He run, tell that. That man told you run, tell that. Explain the Federal Reserve to you, central banking, and you ain't seen nothing yet. You scared of that. Don't be scared. He told it all this morning. Oh, he blew it up. He was explaining we're in the eye of the storm, and it's like, because we've been in the eye for damn near 50 years now. And by the way, the dollar turns 50. Oh, the dollar turns 50 in August. Oh, Lord have mercy. Somebody told you 150 years ago, then 50, and y'all think that this is normal. 150 years ago, you lost the government, it became a corporation, and now 50 years exactly on the date, the currency dying. Like, okay, all right, this is normal. So we can talk about that. Stimulation. Don't be the eggplant. Don't be there. All they do is stimulate you to get you up. That's all they want. They want you to embrace your enslavement. That's what stimulation is about. You stimulate things because you want something. All right. The husband buy flies, come home, make dinner, cook dinner, vacuum, clean, all that stuff you said you was gonna do, you're lying about, you never did. Because they stimulate because they want something. Women, they stimulate. Hey, baby, listen. That credit card that you ain't never used is in the wallet. All right, I'm stopped. Because that's fake news too. Shoot, most relationships I know, the women make most of the money. That's an anomaly. Fake news. So what can we talk about today? Whole bunch of topics on my mind. Lord have mercy. At one time at band camp, Gerard got people almost killed by the cartel. I told y'all I don't go nowhere. Listen, it's not like I ain't telling. I ain't told him and her. So y'all may not want to go nowhere with me because I like adventures, baby. Boy, did we take an adventure that I don't know that I should talk about. Yeah, we almost died. And solving problems, right? Sometimes you got to take a trip on Photoshop to find new secure lands that you don't get affected by the plan default. Right there, the plan default. So we could talk about that. I have a belief system. I have a belief now. I think all immigration is fraud. I think it's all you could literally say right now, you could say it's a hoax. That'll be my next status on Facebook. It's a hoax. And whatever you say next is probably you're right. If somebody's making profit from it, all you got to do is say it's a hoax. And you're probably right. Once you understand what a false flag is and how economics work, and everything is a staged event, everything is a business plan, you could just say it's a hoax and they'd be right. All right. I do want to like read your comments and stuff like that. I'm trying to come down, y'all. It's been it's been a weird 5 days on Photoshop. Oh, I drank way too much coffee this morning. Way too much coffee. No, actually not this morning. Shoot, last 24 hours, I probably drank 4 gallons of coffee and I peed out about 6. I don't know. I can't stop peeing. It just keep. Which brings up a good point. Green tea. Oh my God, green tea. They're gonna schedule one that joker. Because I drank so much damn coffee with probably that cow pus and blood from gas stations and stuff. And I felt like a little knot in my throat this morning. I never get sick, so I knew I wasn't getting sick. I knew it was just inflammation from something stupid I was doing because I don't eat your food, so I don't have your diseases, and I ain't worried about a PHLU. And please stop worrying about y'all. Stop arguing over this. I hadn't seen Harsh's feed this morning. Y'all need to stop. Just let it go. It doesn't matter. Trust me. We got bigger problems, y'all. We got bigger fish to fry. But now I felt a little something was weird right here. So, you know what? I got to take care of that. I probably drank too much damn coffee. And while I was making more coffee this morning, I said, green tea, save grandma. We're green. You know what? I brought it somewhere. We're green tea, save grandma. So I made me a pot of green tea this morning in between making coffee. Boy, the human body is amazing. Oh my God, it solves every damn thing. Where's my green tea? Did I bring it? I made me a pot of green tea. There they go. And I drank it in between the coffee. And guess what? All the inflammation gone. Gone, baby. See you going. They're going to schedule one this joker. It's green on the green screen. You can't read it. Who's this? Zena's Gypsy Tea. Earl Green tea. Good Lord have mercy. Woo, the human body solves every problem, people. It's funny, like I tell people that they think I'm crazy. I'm just like, no. The human body been solving all the problems a very long time. Your body is literally a problem-solving engine. All it does is sit out there and just solve problems. That's all it does. It solves them and solves them and solves for millions of years. And now you think that your body can't do nothing without billionaires and in their industries. Oh my God, they're gonna schedule one green tea. So many things I could talk about. Oh, immigration, it's a scam. It's all a scam. That's number one. And I got some evidence behind that, evidence-based. 2, we could talk about solutions living off grid. We could do that as well. That would be fun. We could talk about central banking because they done blew up the spot this morning with, what's the name of his website? Silvergold.com. What's coming? Get ready. Get ready. It's happened before. It's not a conspiracy theory. It's a cycle. And it's coming again. Every 30 to 40 years, they create a new currency to get you, to enslave you. And they stimulate you to get you to embrace your enslavement. And that's what's happening right now. We can talk about that loosely. I'm not on Facebook. I'm on day, what day is it? Day 55, 54 of a 30-day slavery, 30-day ban. But I had to ban the 30 days on top of my damn self for using a damn website. So that's a problem. Where's the background? This guy's a neighborhood. How come I can't download the image? This guy is a neighborhood. Oh my goodness, the monkey's gonna die. Hang on, wait. I still can't see comments. Let me get the picture. I got so much to talk about. I don't even know if I should do this. I should just say goodbye, everybody. Y'all take care now. Y'all take it. Do good. Do right by grandma. I didn't even shave. I've been so busy. Hold on. Background sat right there. Download. Oh, it can't download because it can't download securely. What do you mean it can't down? I don't care if you can download. Discard. Damn it. Download the picture. Don't give me a pop-up message. Can't down. What is secure? What is secure? Oh, bop it around on the border by the cartels that they own the border down there. The U.S. government own the damn thing. That's yeah. Oh my God, dude, I got stories I can tell y'all. Yeah, nothing's secure. There's no safe. There's no safe. People hashtag be safe. People told me when I was playing on Photoshop, make some images of myself in the desert. They will be safe, Gerard. It's nothing safe out here. It's nothing safe out here. The cartel, you ain't got to worry about this. It's a big cartel, and they kill a lot of people, and they ain't the one that do the drugs. Well, actually, they do, but it's Rockefeller drugs, not natural drugs. That's the only one you got to worry about. The cartel might kill you, cut your head off. Yeah, well, you know, the government, they kill people every day. You know, the United States Incorporated cutting people's heads off every damn day, eviscerating them, turning them to goo, and dropping buildings on them every day. That's why I laugh at that insurrection stuff. Insurrection! You can't stage an insurrection against the most violent people on this planet that love violence. All right. I can't download the picture. Oh, good Lord have mercy. All right, let me just pick a new one. They're talking about this. I keep getting a pop-up at the PNG ain't safe. Nothing on Monkey Earth in default is safe. All right, there we go. That one worked. Oh, my goodness. Here you go. Here you go. Hey, the sky is a neighborhood. That's a better one right there. I like that. The sky is a neighborhood. Foo Fighters. Oh, I'm on rock right now. I'm on right because I almost died. I almost died a bunch of ways. So I drank 8 gallons of coffee and pissed out 22 because now you fall asleep. If you fall asleep behind a Rockefeller vehicle, you're gonna kill people and yourself. So, but rock music keeps me awake. So I just was a neighborhood. All right, come on. All right, there you go. There you go. There goes the sky right. The sky is pretty. Oh, it's pretty when you turn off the Rockefeller lights. I think I've seen the Earth is in plan default. We got the sky as a neighborhood image. And it's another thing we talk about too. Another thing we talk about outside of me playing around on Photoshop is I can make sure the damn thing works. Okay, there we go. 31 comments already. Good Lord have mercy. All right, there we go. That works. There we go. Now I can see the comments. The other thing we talked about, crazy stuff happening. I didn't know this. Did y'all know China came out the stimulation closet and they told you they've been stimulating the weather? We could watch that. That was a great one. I didn't know. RT said that 2 months ago. They did a report on China explaining to you what the crazy conspiracy theorists, my friends, been saying. You know that they behind climate change. You know, no. Fossil fuels, we know. No, that's not what we mean. They behind the climate change. No, get the fossil fuels. We're fighting them now. No, you're not. Not with Rockefeller corporations and Rockefeller cartels and Rockefeller governments, corporations pretend to be governments. You're not fighting them. They literally been caught. China came out of the closet and they told you, and they came out with a big old ding-a-ling too. They didn't come out with like no little Wilhelm Reich weather change shit. Hell no, they didn't come out with them 152, 112 patents for cloud modification, weather modification technology. No, China came out of the closet with a big old dong. Just came out King Kong. I'm King Kong around here. You ain't got nothing on me. China came out of the closet with a nuclear weather change machine. And if China's telling you it, then there's something happening in the world. If the U.S. government ain't telling you what we've been telling you for a long time because they didn't cover it up well, and China's telling you, you better learn to speak Mandarin. I done told you, ni hao ma. You better learn that language. Then it came out with a big dawn. Now we not Wilhelm Reich using the atmosphere to power weather modification, Nikola Tesla. Hell, there's nuclear power. And if you think China would tell you when they first about to turn on the nuclear power weather modification, they said they can change the weather in continents big or places big as India. Man, I tell you what. And if you think they just made that, you crazy out your mind. You just, oh, Lord have mercy. What's the name of this video? I got to tie it back to the title. All right. Whew. Oh, yeah, stimulation. There you go. The China's like, nope, we don't need no stimulation. We don't need nobody stimulating us. Damn it, we done got it, y'all. Putting out that fake news for a long time. We're going to show you. I'm going to run tell that. You're going to learn today. Goodness gracious. All right, I'm done. I got most of it out. So we talk about a lot of stuff. Prickly pears. Oh, I ate my first cactus. Oh, my God, on Photoshop. It was delicious. Delicious, man. Shoot. Prickly pears grow everywhere. How do you have starving people in a planet where the most worst places nobody can go to live because ain't no water except it's hiding a few feet under the ground? How do people die of starvation on the planet? Got prickly pears everywhere. Just take the prickles off the pear and eat the damn cactus. Oh, it's delicious. It was delicious. Save grandma. Eat a cactus today. All right, there we go. Phone is charging. My Rockefeller colonizer phone is charging. There we go. And I'm going to bring up the YouTube here so I can see the comments here. Come on, everybody. Good morning, Gerard. I done got it out. Woo! Solutions, people. Solutions. When the world is in a planned default and they plan the whole damn thing, they know what's coming next. They got a plan for what's coming next. You got to go a different direction. All right. Ooh, good morning, everybody. How y'all doing? Did everybody make it? Everybody had lost a few friends. Some of y'all die. And if you did die, don't answer that question. I'm not that interested in your answer. All right, there you go. Good morning, everybody. How y'all doing? So we're gonna talk about today. Look at this. Somebody been banned. Who's that? Rizzle. Is that right? Riz? Is that written? No, that's somebody else, Riz. What's that? Hi. Banned for 30 more days. Well, Riz, whoever the hell you are, Riz 5'8", say it again. Say it twice. Say it louder. Say it louder. Say it loud. Say it proud. Because if you getting banned on big tech, you doing the right thing nowadays. I don't even know my friends' names anymore. Hang on. Let me move the sky is a neighborhood a little bit small. It's covering up science. So let's move it up here and push it to the background. Sky is a neighborhood. I had to sign into my old account. It's rock going. I almost died from being asleep. Ting ting. All right, ting ting. Riz 5'8". Welcome back, Dry. Nobody. How you know I went somewhere, Lord? You don't know I went somewhere. I could have been right here the whole time playing on Photoshop. You don't know I went somewhere. The whole world is a stage and a scam. I could have scammed the whole thing from CIA headquarters. But the fact that RT, Laura, you're not gonna like this one, but the fact that RT been talking about China weather modification, it means I need to watch the news more. I haven't been watching it, and they like to talk politics on the news. Laura don't do no politics. I hate politics. In a southern accent. Ooh, I can tell you what, if I ever moved, and you live down in a freer place down in Texas, if I ever moved to a free place and leave my plantation for a slightly more freer plantation, I tell you what, if it's Texas, I need a lasso. I need a lasso. Because if possible, kind of, sort of, and somebody wasn't on Photoshop and they went to Texas, then if they didn't see lassos at the border, I need to see some John Wayne. I'm calling fake news on the whole state, all right? I want to see some spurs on your boots. I need to see some lassos. Damn it, I want to come through the border and just hear Garth Brooks in the background. I love entertainment, y'all. I love entertainment. And that's what I need to see John Wayne. John Wayne need to greet me at the border if he ain't dead, but I think he did. I had to post a picture of John Wayne because I tell you what, I love me some John Wayne. I do. I love me some John Wayne. I saw a big old picture, took a selfie right with the Duke. Don't tell me nothing. I used to watch Hatari every Sunday matinee. Love me some Hatari. But John Wayne, no racist. All right, yeah, you go ahead. I had to check that post, see if somebody posted John Wayne racist. we live in the United States Incorporated that blows up entire nations based on their ethnicity to steal their resources and the culture. And if there's lots of mineral oils around it, you don't need to be talking about John Wayne racist. I ain't never hurt nobody. All right, you're voting and you paying your taxes. That hurt a whole lot of bodies. Anyway, let's go through some comments. Anyway, I'll be here to do a 30-day check-ins on Facebook. I kind of keep a 30-day ban. Yes, Riz, but you need to think about moving off. It's time to move off grid Facebook. Time to move. I hope I never go back. I'll post stuff. I don't think I want to do any live streams over there anymore. It's time to off grid every damn thing. The whole world is a stage. Everything is a hoax. Everything is a false flag. And the sky is a neighborhood. Never know what's going to come out of that damn sky. People going to start worshiping. They worshiping Bill Gates. They're worshiping Fauci. Think, the aliens ain't real. First of all, I went out there and it's just a bunch of dust in the sky. And it literally, universe is looking like dust. That's number one. And two, all they got to do is put it on TV. People start worshiping it. And I was over on Harsh's thread a little bit. He fighting with Deborah Panella and somebody else. And it's crazy. Why is anybody fighting over the cuckoo anymore? It's not about the cuckoo now. You literally, the planet defaulted. Worry about who the planet defaulted to and what's coming next. That was all a plan. All right. They got you to a point where they could get you to re-embrace your slavery by passing out some stimulation stimulus. And then China came out with the breath. Oh my God, so many things going on. Anyway, is there a class I can take on how to keep my mouth shut? Hell no, Riz. And there should no woman on this planet keep her mouth shut. That's the problem, Riz. Y'all been shutting up for too damn long. You need to open your mouth, let your crazy out. Because the world made you crazy, patriarchal world. No woman should be silent about no damn thing. You need to tell a mofo where mofo need to go when the mofo need to go, and he don't listen. And you put all his clothes in that BMW in the driveway and burn that joker down. Nah, women should not be quiet. Most men shouldn't be quiet neither. I'll be quiet sometimes because I came from privilege, but if y'all, any of y'all ain't got no privilege, whether you got Hispanic, white, black, yellow, green, Asian, whatever y'all believe in, skin, culture, ethnicity, whatever, you don't need to be quiet. You need to let us know your problems. And Riley should tell you on Facebook her problem. All right, did you see the post Harsh made? Yeah, I did. That's the one I was talking about, Riz. That's the one I was talking about. We can walk through that. I started to read it, then I stopped, Riz. I was like, I need to drink some coffee before I read that. I need a minute. I need a minute. All right, I reported her. Oh my goodness, who you report? I'm gonna take as many people I can with me. Now you sound like, who's that? Nino Brown. If I'm gonna take you down, I'm gonna take everybody down with me. Uh-oh, yep, they did. Yes, I did. They reporting people. All right, I don't know what's going on. I was shaking my, wait a minute, shut the F up. Uh-oh. It's very governable. Oh, ooh, I know who y'all talking about. I don't want to say her name. Yeah, that's scary. Well, it's not scary. Nothing surprises me, Lori. I just sit back like, yeah, okay. Okay, y'all be careful. You be careful. Never underestimate the power of human fear. When people get scared, they will eat you, your neighbors. They put basil on your ashy feet and mix it up in a pot of soup. All right. When people get scared, they eat any damn thing. They will turn anyway. And they scared a lot of people. I know what y'all talking about. And I know who y'all talking about. When you are scared, you're capable of anything. You can take the cutest, kindest little sweet kitty cat and put it in that damn corner. And you walk in there, nah, and scare that cat will jump in your face and scratch. I should know, because as a child, I spent time scaring scaring cats, scaring dogs too. It was fun. It's fun till you get that Akita. Then you get that one cat. I'm the wrong one. You don't want to scare me. No, I'm telling you, little Gerard, don't do it. Don't do it. Yeah. That cat jumped in my face. I'm like, it's me. She's no, it's me. Climbing down my back, under my butt, up, down, ripping testicles open, and climb up my face. And I'm like, two socks, it's me. Two socks ain't getting damn, Lord. I'm surprised I still got skin left. Yeah, but when people get scared, that happens, Lord. You know that just like I do. Well, she's not delusional. She sees exactly what's on that damn television, scaring the hell out of everybody. But that's not the point anymore. We got to let go of the cuckoo. Let the cuckoo go. We got bigger problems now. Now you need to think about, now you need to educate people on why they did the cuckoo. All right, the plan default, right? Why? Because every currency fails every 30 to 40 years. This one lasted 50. Oh gosh, I do want to show y'all a few things this morning. And it lasted 50. And they had to destroy it. The only way to destroy it is you got to break the GDP. You got to break the economy. And they broke it. So now we need to talk about what we need to do next, which is why I was gone for 5 days. Hey, good morning. Oh, traveling. Well, Christine, you don't know I went anywhere again. I could have been on Photoshop. Doritos are made from babies. I believe that. I saw a post on that, Riley, and I don't doubt nothing no more. I don't doubt anything. You could say it's a hoax, and no matter what you say, if somebody's making profit on it, then that's what's happening. But then again, this is why these things are spiritual warfare, because they're always doing stuff that make no damn sense. Who would put a baby in some damn Doritos? Why would you put baby tissue? But then again, why would you put baby tissue inside of things and inject them in people? And people, this is funny to me. I can't stop laughing, because it's like I know so many vegans and vegetarians like, yeah, I'm gonna go get it. I'm gonna be safe. Save grandma. I'm like, that's not organic, right? Baby tissue ain't organic unless you look up the baby and check out the tissue. And that baby, actually the main one, he has a name. You can look him up. They put it inside of it, injecting it people. Like, yeah, now I'm safe. Like, you just got injected with somebody's tissue who died. And you don't know if they ate organic. Like, weird stuff, weird times. It ain't just Doritos, Riley. Ain't just Doritos. Top of the AM. Who was that? The Shining 123. Good morning. All these people I know, and I don't even know them no more, because everybody got to change their name, because to tell you the truth about what's happening around the planet, they get deleted. But I'm glad that RT is finally talking about China changing the weather. Like, no, we got to fight climate change. No, you just got to stop with your government secrets. They always change every damn thing. Every problem you have on Earth, they made. Oh my God, is immigration a scam? The whole thing is a scam. They created a problem to not solve the problem because it's very profitable to get two sides fighting over something that's not even a problem. Yes, I had a good last 5 days. All right, well, I'm in Facebook jail for another 30 days. I will report all the liberals as possible. They're not liberals, Riley. There's no such thing as a liberal on a slave plantation. They are slaves like us, and they hate liberty. They don't want nobody to be free. They're doing the same thing that the conservatives do when it's their turn, because then they fight for the police state. And I'm just like, y'all, the Texas is they about to make it a Second Amendment free zone. Is that what's called, Second Amendment free zone? But well, there is some gun control that kind of makes some sense. No gun control makes some sense if you live in a nation that's the #1 weapons trafficker in the world, and it topples nations for fun and for resources and for food and for other dumb things. There ain't no safety. You need to have. I need my neighbors to have tanks, Riley. Tanks. Yeah, but no one has a need for fully automatic hunting rifles. They're #1, they're not hunting rifles because your government got that damn Pentagon. That's why. and the people who work in the Pentagon, I grew up in a military family. We want to make sure that they have the ability to say, hell no, I won't go. They need to have the ability. I need my neighbor to have tanks, F-35 Raptors, something like that. Whatever they, and it's not their choice. Nope, both honest here, it's not their choice. It's a mandate. Because you never know what's going to happen. You need to make sure you know people that know people that know people that got things to say no. No means no, Bill. No means no. No. I said no. But I know. But I know. You got that little nasal voice. I hate that nasal voice. That's what I watch. Right. You all gotta know is right. So we got the duck back. No. I said no. I'm organic. I'm a human being. I do not need your cure. So, yeah, I guess you can do that. Riley, fight in your own way, however you need to fight. Texas was a shot. Photoshop. Nice try. Who's that? John B? Oh, Lord have mercy. Your name is not no damn John. Is his name John? No, ain't John. I know who that is. I know that knows me. I know exactly who that is. You don't know nothing. You don't talk like you know something. You don't know nothing. You don't know. But I will say this. You almost lost 2 friends. I'm sorry. You almost lost 2 friends. No, immigration is a scam, but people will shoot you if you get too close to where they got to do business. I should know. I grew up in Washington, D.C., and you almost lost 2 friends. I should have known. Well, not really, but people. It's just interesting when people start telling you stories that you just went somewhere that people don't come back from, and you came back. That's a miracle. We came back. We came back, John B. All right, wait a minute, who's that? Who are we talking about? Riley. Oh, yeah. You're talking about the sister that's scared. Okay. My ex grew up in El Paso. He says it rains mud there, not water. Yeah, well, you know what surprised me, Lori? Well, you have to check on things. So anybody that's thinking about living off grid, you need to go visit the places you need to live for a lot of reasons. One of them is water. If you ain't got no water, you can't do a damn thing. Like, Lori, I was talking to you this morning. Jeffrey or somebody this morning. Somebody asked me, oh, look kind of dry. You got even the Native Americans knew better to pick better soil. I said, first of all, don't put modern agriculture on the Native Americans. I'm part Cherokee. That's social appropriate, critical, ethnic misappropriation, something. Yeah, this misappropriate. They were not big farmer agricultural people. The people that understood, first of all, food is everywhere. Desert full of food. Cactuses make fruits, cactuses you can eat, dry plants, drought tolerant, moringa everywhere. And besides that, you can turn any soil, any dirt into soil if you know what to do, if you got the water. Right. Very simple recipe, Lori. I was trying to explain to the brother. Very simple recipe. Just about 5 things. All you need is 5 things. You can turn any barren environment into productivity. And the main one I was looking for, Lori, was water. As long as you got water, it's good to go. You can support hundreds of people if you got water on sand. You just turn the sand into soil. You put your seeds in the soil, and you create any climate where that particular plant grows. And you can do that anywhere. We have an education system that's been lying since the beginning of time. And anybody question that, all you got to do is look up hashtag. I haven't watched one of her lectures in so long, but she's the queen of growing food. You don't learn about growing food in universities. You learn about growing food from smart people. Elaine Ingham. Just look up Elaine Ingham. So I had to go make sure I had some water where I'm thinking about going. One of many places which I've told nobody about. Hmm. Yes, make sure you got that water and you do your education. You can feed a whole bunch of people in a very small place. So I had to go check out the water. They got that water. No, they're from a yellow vest on Facebook went cuckoo for Coco, but nobody went cuckoo, Riley. Well, okay, yeah, I do call it the cuckoo. It is the cuckoo, and the next word you really can't even say anymore. They're shutting that down. Fear makes people cuckoo. Fear will get people to run and grab a leg. I told you that story. My son ran. We're at some fun park or somewhere. He got scared and he ran out there, grabbed some other grown man leg. Which was funny. And I'm a horrible father, Riley. So I just sat back and just watched it. Like, he gonna figure out that that's not my leg in a minute. And when he does, he gonna be even more scared. That'll teach you never run and grab a leg because it's the closest leg and you're scared. And so ungovernable can become, I need more governing overnight. Never just watch what people do, people. And then accept that if you're scared, you're gonna do bad things too. I think that the answer in that, Riley, is don't be scared. Don't get scared. Don't get scared. You ain't alive anyway. You're just a spiritual creature. Live your life. Don't be scared. Oh, I saw another thing. Oh, another thing we could talk about. We talk about joy and happiness. Great speech / interview with, what is this criminal's name? Actually, not everybody's a criminal, but it's amazing that it came from Hollywood. I think I posted it on my site. I'm not sure. I have to if I didn't. Yeah, no, I did. Yeah, I did. I'm sure I did. My site, I'mHumanX.com, because you are Human X. You aren't what the Rockefellers and Rothschilds told you that you are. And very soon I'll be that's the only place I'll be. And I'll be on that site. I'll be on your site. I will not be on big tech social media sites. Joy and happiness. It was a great one, Ryan. Talking about the difference between joy and happiness. What's the criminal's name? I forgot his name, from Hollywood. Broken clocks are right twice a day. And non-digital clock. Digital clocks wrong every damn day. All day. They can be. He's in the commercial where he gets in the car, the sexy car. And he's like, says something sexy to you, like, get in my car. That thing like, he drives off. What's the name of the guy? His name starts with an M. Great talk. He's talking about joy and happiness. Oh my God, it was on point. Somebody knows who I'm talking about. And basically what he was breaking down, what we talk about here, which is, happiness is moment to moment. It's temporary. It does not stay. It's based in outcomes. I love the way he said it. I have to think about how he said it, but it's based in outcomes, right? If you want to be happy, you're going to be crying an awful lot on this planet. The planet's in default, and all the stuff you want to buy costs money, and they wealthy, they actually own the money and the resources. They got to reset the cycle every 30 to 40 years, but they got to starve you to go for the new scam to enslave yourself. So they stimulate you with stimulus. You're going to cry an awful lot if you're waiting on happiness, because it's based on outcomes of a situation. And most situations on a conflict-based planet that should not be in conflict with one another because it's stupid, because the sky is a neighborhood. The sky is a neighborhood. I got to get that one. I think I hit the note. I'm not sure. What are we talking about? I forgot what we were talking about. All right, Matthew. That's the name, Matthew. See how that works out? It hit my brain. Matthew McConaughey. And so on a Ponzi pyramid scheme where everybody's trying to be happy, and it takes one thing to be happy, which is fake, false, and phony currency, which I've never made money in my life. I've never had. How much money do you make? I don't make no money. You don't make no money. You got notes. You have IOU Federal Reserve notes. That's not money. That's no value. It's bullshizzle. All right. I've never made money in my life, but I'm going to start making money and do things and collect real value, which is what the wealthiest do, which is what we should be doing to make sure we keep focusing on solutions. Create real value and hold on to that real value, which is what the wealthy do, not the rich. The rich, they're plug and play with poor people all day. They up and down, up and down, up and down. The smart ones, they invest in land. They invest in resources. They invest in things of real value. People, they invest in things of real value. So in bad times, they don't get caught without a chair when the musical chairs stop. We're playing a global game of musical chairs. 7 billion people walk around the planet, and it's about 7 chairs to sit down in. You got to go beat the radio up when that happens. You ain't gonna get a chair. We used to play musical chairs as kids. What are we talking about? Right. Earth is a Ponzi pyramid scheme, right? Everybody's trying to get to the top. And trying to get to the top, if you're going to be trying to be happy, you want to be happy based on the outcomes of the situation, you're going to be crying a lot. Joy is different. Joy is a choice. You can choose to have joy. Joy is long term. Joy is, I'm going to be happy no matter what's going on. I'm going to be in my own space. I love me, and I ain't going along with you. I'm going to do what I want to do, and I'm going to be happy. I'm going to have joy in total happiness, not based in crap that they steal from other countries to bring here. But people go cuckoo. That's what happens, Riley. But you got to find joy from within. If joy comes from letting billionaires who own the disease management corporations and Raytheon tell you what joy is, well, then joy obviously is you being sick, taking their drugs, staying sick your entire life, taking more of their drugs, and getting more sick, taking more of their drugs, in between being angry at slavery while getting all your products from Wall Street, which is a black market, stolen from other countries. Then that's where you're not going to be happy. Smiles and cries. Somebody else put that another way. Famous prophet by the name of Denzel Washington said smiles and cries. If you control people's smiles and cries, you control those people. All right. Every post I make, for the most part, it's just saying that the slavers are at the coast. And most of my friends understand what I'm saying when I say that. Every post I make, like, y'all, the slavers are at the coast. You might want to do some research and not go out picking fruits today. They got chains, and they're going to take you to their next currency, central banking, slave plantation to control you through smiles and cries. Smiles and cries. Until you control your own smiles and cries, you don't control your own joy. Then they can take the most hardcore anti-possible and turn them into a very fearful, obedient person. Not that that's what happened. I'm not saying that's what happened. I don't know what happened. I was not here. I was on Photoshop. All right, taking pictures of my feet and prickly pear cactuses. Oh, Deb's just mad. Uh-oh. That no one's congratulating her for protesting. Uh-oh. Are you okay if you say so? I don't know. I'm not gonna get into it. I don't do drama. I just sit back and what am I gonna do next to increase my joy? And I increased my joy. I hang out with some very good people. Had a very, very good trip on Photoshop. And I didn't die. Oh my God. Oh, good Lord. Can I tell you how much immigration is such a fraud. It's such a fraud. Everywhere you look. That's why research is such a dangerous thing. When you do research and you talk to people, you're just like, oh my God, they made a problem to not solve it. Now everybody's upset about them not solving the problem that they made to actually not solve, to make everybody fight each other over something that's not even an issue. They literally create problems upon problems upon problems. And it got reinforced this weekend. You want to solve the immigration? Easy answers for everything. We can talk about that if you want. All you got to do is end the war on drugs, and that's it. That's the end of it. Stop economic hitmanism. Nobody wants to come in your damn country, you rusty, dirty, dusty, non-free country. At the Rothschild, it's actually a colony. Nobody breaks into a central banker's colony for freedom. They go there because your central banking colony is destroying their country with its policies. How do we fix the border problems? There are no problems on the border. Just we're stupid in Washington. That's it. Policies. Oh, somebody else did a good one. Somebody else talking politics and some news that we could watch. I've ran my mouth for about 2 hours. We haven't watched anything yet. Maybe the comments. I want to see what we're talking about. If we want to watch. I do want to show y'all a couple things. I might have to let this be an 8-hour video, but there's so much on my mind. Oh, she cray. Let's not just let you. Okay, y'all gonna get on it. Y'all. Well, flu season is coming up. So we can either do things to help people that don't want to die from air, or we're going to make them crazier and they're going to turn on us. I think it's weird. And the reason why we don't, what the hell is this? Introducing cross-app messaging. No, y'all don't need to cross, no more apps and nothing. Let me show you this. I don't know what the hell this is. Let me share my screen. No, y'all don't need any more of my information. Nope, don't need a damn old thing. Where's the share my screen and share screen and choose the application window, and it's this one. Where is it? Right here, right there. Share the audio. Well, we'll do that just in case. School See that right there? I don't know what that is. Let me see if y'all can see it. I don't know what that is. Here's my default answer for what everybody wants. No means no, Bill. They don't need to cross any of your more your data with your data. There's a rule in ancient philosophy. It says, once thine kings and lords has pictures of thine children naked in the shires. They don't delete it. Once thine has an NSA, which is the largest pedophile collection database owning department of a corporation possible. They don't need any more connections and pictures of nothing. They don't need to know nothing else. They already know way too damn much. Way too much. And the NSA is full of good people, but it's a sick system at the top. Just a corporation. They don't care nothing about your naked children sitting on the toilet singing songs and stuff because they just got home from school. They need to know what you're talking about. These billionaires, there's most scared people on this planet. The most cray people on this planet are not our friends on Facebook that are scared of the cuckoo. It's the people at the top that control every damn thing. And how you know that they're scared is this pop-up right here, introducing cross-app messaging. No, they need more information. They need to link you together with what you're saying, with whoever else, and where you going, what y'all gonna be doing, how long y'all be there, when y'all coming back. They need more information because they're scared to death. Scared to death. Hang on, let me go over here real quick. There's something I was thinking about. There's a whole bunch I was thinking about. Even from look, the Photoshop road. Yeah, there you go. Prickly pear, baby. Prickly pear. Eating them jokers. Can y'all see that? Yeah, you can see it. Yeah, prickly pear. After, you know what? Let me do this. I got to break my screen apart so I know when I'm talking about on the screen. You can eat those things. These jokers grow everywhere, y'all. Every damn way. They just everywhere. Nobody ain't got no damn business in the West or anywhere. No desert, starving or nothing. That's food and it's water. You just got to get the prickly stuff off of it. It's like a central bank. You gotta take the shark, take the Pentagon out of it, take the military out of it. Don't worry about no damn gun control. You need to worry about Pentagon control, military control first. How about weapons trafficking control? That's what you need to worry about. I forgot I wanted to say something. I've never earned real money in my life. I already said that in colonial America. It's a colony, it's not a nation, it's just a colony, and we are owned. We have no rights. And I never earned a dime. I work hard, I have a bank account, but there ain't no money in the bank account. This thing's called Federal Reserve notes, all right? An international cartel that's owned by international banks that was sanctioned by government, but they don't report to the government. All counterfeit. Nope. You need to start earning real value. That's right. Yeah, most posts are just if you translate most of my friends' posts, it's just they're slavers at the coast. Please do some research and change your behavior. Or just run around and act like you're crazy as hell and they don't want you in slavery. That came from wisdom from a great man, prophet by the name of Richard Pryor. He said, once I go to prison, he said, I tell jokes to keep their mind off my booty or never take a shot, never watch. Speaking of not watching, nope, we won't go there. Road travel is hard. And if you're crazy and they don't feel that we don't need that type of slave. Funny thing is, after studying history of economic false flags is I can pose this a hoax. And whatever you're thinking about is most likely correct, which is very true. So if somebody's making money on it, it's not a hoax. Just say it out loud. This is what I wanted to say. In a society where people fear murder hornets, Zika mosquitoes, do I can't say the rest of it, do plays really need commercials? Well, you got to ask yourself. And police states enforce mandates and laws. These people scared of mosquitoes. Y'all, come on. To what? They're scared of mosquitoes. They're scared of murder hornets. They're scared of all these things. Do you think that they need commercials in Hollywood and to keep reconvincing you and keep doing more case? Oh my God, I get pop-ups every 20 minutes about some cases. These people are scared of their shadow. Yo, we get scared going to the movie theaters and watching Ghost 3 or something. You know, these things. No, it wasn't Ghost 3. What was the name of that damn? Oh, it was scary as hell. It was the movie. What's the name of that movie? It was part 3 of Ghost. It was like a paranormal thing. That scared the hell out of me. I actually screamed in the theater. People who actually get scared, you don't need commercials to scare them. You don't need industries to scare them. You don't need Bill Gates to scare them. You don't need Fauci to scare them. You don't need to go, scare them into a corner like a cat. All you got to do is let it be actually happening. And people are scared enough. We are scary people. We are a scary people from birth, being indoctrinated to have fear. You do not need to advertise a word I won't say, but it starts with play. Play. All right, play. We're not in a play. This is a play. They all just playing with you. They playing and they're not playing. Both of them. Both playing and not playing. You know what I'm gonna do? I think I had a bunch of things I posted this weekend that were probably vague, so maybe I should look at it. FYI, the P and M. Oh, no, never mind. That was something else. The P and the M are very close on the phone. I like to wish people good morning. I'm a good morning person, but I'm busy. I'm in slavery, so I try to tell people good morning. Good morning. M-O-M-O-R-N. Spell moon. And I'm in a hurry, so I'm like typing real quick. I wish somebody this morning. I wish them a good porn. I'm wishing you good porn. And if both honest here, that's just a link. He got you covered. He got you covered. He'll send you out there to that porno. And I'm sitting here thinking, like, you know, I'm in a hurry a lot. I'm literally a slave on a plantation that's never earned $1 in his life, running, jumping, screaming, trying to figure out how to stuff some cotton in this bag so I can buy food. How many times have I wished somebody good porn? Good morning and wishing you good porn. That would be a great meeting line for a cult if anybody wants to start a cult. I still kind of want to start a cult. You know, I just got to find some members. I'm interested. I think I posted that this weekend. I was out there on the road thinking about posting about cults. Didn't I do I did a cult post this weekend, didn't I? And we want to start a cult. And we had certain rules and stuff. You know, Wednesday would be naked in the mud day. Everybody just got to go in the mud, get naked. We got to have what was the name of that movie where they had the goat leg pants with the fur? Somebody posted a picture. We got to have the fur leg pants where you kind of, it was a Dan Aykroyd and somebody else. We got to have a dance. Every cult has a dance. And while I'm joking, some people take it seriously. No, you know, listen, we got to have stargazing cult members who just sit out there at nighttime, stare at the stars or something. But everybody's got to wear, like, I don't know, Elmo costumes or something. Cults are fun. Cults do things that have meaning. I've not done anything that has any damn meaning since I was born in this country. There you go. What is this? They've been altering cloud cover for almost a century. Randomly changing climates. Change my mind. That's going to be me right there, except I'm done with the protest. But I like the picture. I like meme test. I'll do a meme test. I won't do a protest because it's not we need to protest. Just the only thing we need to protest is our own behavior. That's the only thing we got to protest. We can cause the whole damn thing. Every problem with this planet is us. We caused it. We support it. We consent to it. We vote it. We pay taxes to it. And we cheer for it. Change my mind. I like that one. I'm going to keep that up. I'm going to read some comments and we'll get going. But that came out to China, came out the closet. They finally came out the climate change closet and told you what declassified documents JFK and LBJ told you a long damn time ago, that we got cloud modification technologies. And in the future, if y'all don't declassify this nonsense, they're going to change the climate. Well-meaned or not. That's what JFK told you. It's on a speech. It's on YouTube. I'm sure it's going to get deleted soon enough. Now that 2 months ago, China then damn told you that they can modify the weather for an entire damn region the size of India. My God. There are no conspiracies on a planet that's designed for people to conspire against each other. Do you understand that? There's no conspiracy theorists. It's just people who understand how the system works. And they're like, no, the system is you figure out a way to make money. You figure out a way to get away with something and you go do it. It's called an economy. There's no conspiracy theories. If it's making money, somebody's doing it. Both sides of the same argument of delusion. Yes. Oh, both fine. Are you talking about immigration? Yes. Oh, my God, man. I was in such a great conversation this weekend. It's all a scam. Both sides of the same damn conversation. Like one side is like, you let everybody in and control them, right? Let everybody in, don't feed them. Let everybody in, don't let nobody own land. And the other side is like, don't let nobody in. And I'm just sitting back watching the play like, how about you give your citizens back the land so they can have their own resources and safety. They ain't got to worry about somebody coming across the border because they're fine. In fact, because they own land, they can feed them if they want to, which is what we used to do before we got with this idea of churches and government should take care of poor people, not us. That's number one. Well, no, that's both sides of the same silly argument. And I'm just sitting back like, well, how about you stop blowing up their countries? How about you stop stealing their resources? How about you let them pick their own government? And how about you end the war on drugs that keeps them from having a government? That's all you got to do. Nobody wants to come here. They're happy on their land. You're happy on your land. And if Julio comes over or you want to go over, then Julio is happy to take you or you're happy to take him. Why? Because you got so many damn tomatoes and cucumbers, you don't know what to do. That's why the American Revolution was revolutionary in people standing up for themselves. It wasn't revolutionary using violence. That's dumb, stupid. Every revolution always fails. And you end up back with sides, right? Sides and control. Because if you want a revolution, you have the most power. If you got the most power, you can invoke the most violence. If you can invoke the most violence, then obviously you must be correct. Pathological blood coagulation at 60 gigahertz. Wake up. Ooh, I read something on that, Riley. I read something this weekend on that. I didn't technically read it. It just came across my feed while I was listening on Photoshop driving. Yeah, I re-listened to the doctor from the Michigan hearing on 4G, which is why the next one is not even a discussion item. Not if you had any common damn sense. And that's what she talked about. And I couldn't hear it because the first time I listened to it, I didn't hear it. I listened to it again and I finally heard it. And I put that together with the cuckoo. That's what you should send Sister Deb, is the fact that EMF creates coagulation. It creates blood clots. And yet you probably got to leave it at that. Or you just send them the link for the doctor's autopsy report explaining why people died. People died at PHLU this year. Spotting. Everything goes back to a false flag, you know. And if it's you who did it, then you have to have a product to sell them to fix the problem, or you got to blame it on nature, but you can't take the blame yourself. You know, it's like, so everything that I look at, Ryan, is crazy because they subsidize all the problems. Every problem we have, they take our money, our which is not money, it's just IOUs to Rothschilds and Rockefellers, and they put it into corporations that create products that create more problems, but make us more comfortable. Oh my God, lightning fast internet is racist. That's the only thing I can say that people might listen to, Riley. Lightning fast internet's racist. That's all we got to say. And then people, oh my God, it is. We need to stop it. Yes, there you go. Get out there and stop it. That's what you need to do. Stop using it. Don't. I need me a half G phone. I'm gonna give me a StarTech when I move off grid. Which could literally be in a matter of days. All right, there we go. But it causes coagulation. So obviously people who subsidize what causes coagulation aren't interested in you dying from something else that made a jumping gain in function, which causes more coagulation. False flag, all a hoax. All of it, not just the cuckoo, all of it. All of it, all is a hoax. We live in a fake world. Oh, where's my thing? Fake science. Y'all can't even see it. I'll move it over. I had to go through comments faster. It's all a plan. Let's put him over here. Think fake news is bad? Wait until you find out about fake science, fake history, fake currency, fake weather, fake everything. It's all fake. They're all faking the funk, and I've always been faking the funk. They cause the problems to not solve the problems because it works. And they create two sides of every argument. Everything is controlled opposition, and thus everything is distraction. Post your site and your sources. All right. It solves a lot of problems. It doesn't solve all of them. Words matter. Words absolutely matter. And they don't want to solve any problems because on a planet where people are trying to do the right thing, everybody is, and everybody thinks they're doing the right thing. Eventually the right things are going to happen. So you got to have systems that stop them. You have to have governments and corporations and greed and power-based institutions, which is what they are, to stop all the people from creating enough good that take a 0.01% out of power. Right? So if people want to get rid of problems, you got to get rid of the problem at the root level. Nature, no one can beat. It's intelligence. Yep, ain't no beating nature. Nature wins in the end every time, Chris. Every single time. Every time somebody think they can cut a corner. Nope, nature, you do a jumping gain in front of you. Explain to you, you cannot eat Cinnabons for breakfast every damn morning or you're going to die. I just saw info I have because of where I work and my opinions agreeing with me, not expected or delivered. Being respectful is desired. It is. And share that information with other people. Go away, learn something, come back and educate people. Best thing we can do. And don't ever think that you know everything, because nobody knows everything. We all just a little piece. We all know a little piece of the puzzle. Let me try to go through comments real quick. And I'm going to show you all a few things. Oh, but there's so much. It's called virus theory, germ theory for a reason. Yes, it is, Riley, because I can't tell you. But people have to go look up that T word. Go look up the T word and then ask yourself, is it worth creating more problems and killing people for a T word? All I see anymore, Riley, is they've stepped up the fear because they don't want to be accountable. 1 million people in our country just died, and by the hands of the same people, from causing the problem, the subsidies in industry, and not being honest with people from what just happened. From the lockdown and the PHLU that made a jump in gain and function that targets people that eat too much food that the government told you was safe and live too damn close to some towers. You know what blew me away, Riley? I don't like to put people on blast, and I try to keep my personal stuff to my personal, other people's personal stuff. So I won't tell you who I was playing with on Photoshop, but that's one thing that I recognize from where that young man lives. And if he is watching, I don't see his name. You need to move. Riley, there's people out in the west. That tower over here, the towers that coagulate, they're like 30, 40, 50 feet in the air, 60 feet in the air. I was out on Photoshop West and they got towers at like 30 feet, 40 feet, 20 feet. Like, you're going to bump your head on that thing. That thing like, this brother need to move. There's a brother we got on here. And if you're sitting in his library where he likes to read books and you look out the window, you can look right at it. It's right there. You got a direct line of sight right to his brain. That brother, I'm gonna do everything I can to get that brother out of where he is at. So I'm not gonna go for it. But it's called the T word for a reason. And until people realize that, then we're in big trouble. Electromagnetic. Oh, I can't read none of your posts this morning, Riley. This is why you in jail. Because you can't say it. You gotta talk around it. You just go right to the jugular. You don't hold nothing back. Just tell them exactly what you think, huh? Pollution poisons your body. Well, that's the funny part is people who think they're organic, Riley. They're like, yeah, I'm organic, but I'm gonna get cured. Okay, well, you need to know that it's not cage. It's not cage free. It's not gluten free. It's not organic. Ain't nothing natural in it. It's all synthetic. So if you're eating organic and you're getting cured by foul chi and the 0.01% the rest of these people, then you need to know you are not living organically. You are not living natural. Speaking of free range, what happened to all the damn cows on Photoshop, Texas? What the hell happened? I remember being a kid, y'all, and when we used to drive back and forth across the country a lot of times. And I did a few X-Files where I had to do that too. My family's always like, anytime you go anywhere, let us know you guys are ready. Like, I can't let you know everything. I'm not. Sometimes when I was a young person, you gotta do what you gotta do. I drive across Texas, and I remember driving. I forgot what road it was. You would just see cow after cow after cow. I mean, as far as the eye can see on this side of the road, that side, just cows every damn where. It looked like I don't know, look like nappy hair or something. You're just looking into the distance, 20 miles. They're just all of them. They're gone. I mean, maybe they could be in other places, but the roads that I think I was traveling on, they're all gone. Ain't nothing down there. What happened to them? I mean, there are a lot of them. You still got those cattle fences along the roads everywhere with the barbed wire, like the guy at the border. This is all fake news. That's funny. The guy I was talking about earlier. I saw this big old, Trump wall thing. It's like, oh my God, Trump wall. Well, actually, it's not Trump wall, it's Hillary Clinton wall, but they have to use the narrative that they can at the time to need to lie to people that they should, to get them to do dumb things, to keep us, we all be slaves. And you got this big old massive wall, steel girder type thing, and I walked up to the edge of it and I kind of put my head around it like, oh, Lord, look, I can see you in Mexico. No, oh, look, America. Look, Mexico, America. They got a cattle fence. And you can put your foot on Mexico, America, Mexico, America, Mexico. But the border's protected. Ain't nobody trying to protect no damn border. That's number one. Two, you could jump over it. All right, there's no protection that's happening. They literally created a problem to not solve the problem. You go down there, you'd be like, You know, y'all didn't finish the wall. Did anybody know? So we took pictures down there like, this is retarded. This is people, somebody in Washington just not having some, you know, so I'm not going to go on with it. It's all a scam. Immigration's all a scam. It's just another scam to keep resources from you, from them, and everybody else. Get everybody upset and snot bubbles instead of giving the land back so you can go not be involved in their planned default of the planet. That's just crazy. How in the hell do you trust people to defaulting on the planet? Riley with the currency. That's crazy to me. I'm gonna hit on my thread real quick. If I don't look at my thread, I forgot the things that I posted. There's so much we could talk about. And this might be an 8-hour video. How much time y'all got? Y'all slavery today? When you hear about China's new weather, yeah, we did that. Y'all want to hear that for a little bit? Y'all believe me? Y'all did I just cite my sources? I should cite my sources. Show us where it's on the news. It was on the news 2 months ago. China told you. Like, yeah, he's confirmed what LBJ and JFK said, which is why we probably should have listened. All right, there's no immigration problem here. Yep, we have a bipartisan colonizer policy problem, destroying countries, and thus humans must flee. And that's it. That's the end of it. There's nothing else to talk about. But we need some walls and some barbed wire fences and some security and guns. No, you don't. You just need to get your ignorant government to stop doing ignorant things. That's all you got to do. Humans by default go back to where they need to be. I want my neighbors, right, to all have high capacity clips. Hell yeah, I do, because they're talking about gun control. You got all the Democrats in there now. They got to get in and fake like they don't believe in weapons and blowing stuff up and stealing and robbing people. The number one weapons traffickers on the planet with the Republicans, and they're going to pretend that they're not, and it gets you all in snot bubbles over stuff they do all day. They kill more people for 10 a.m. before you kill all day if you have nuclear weapons. Stop it. Stop it. Cut it out. I need my neighbors to be armed. And you need to be around a good sheriff. I was on Photoshop looking at the sheriffs on Photoshop land. It's important to live by a sheriff who will get your back, and you need to get his back or her back. That's where you need to do. That's when you're looking at where you need to ride out the nonsense that's coming, make sure you got a sheriff that believes in you. And you make sure you believe in that sheriff. That's how things work as community. You make sure locally you got that. So places I'm looking, hell yeah, check them out. Check them out. Go talk to them if you need to. Yeah, hey, have you heard of the Constitution or the Bill of Rights at all? Do you believe in shooting me if the billionaires tell you to? Do you believe in putting me in a cage if it's profitable, like slavery? This is what Jiving Bowden in his crime bill. Oh my God. Like, this is not helping. They'd be like, oh, good thing is happening. We're going to do this and that. No, you're not. This man made a career of putting people in cages. That's what's coming. And it's okay to be wrong. You just look at it, say, damn it, I'm wrong. I got to do better. Change your behavior. Do research. We all get fooled. So that's what's coming. Better make sure you use people around you that believe in your freedom. If you're around people that don't believe you should be free, and they shouldn't be either, because something's killing them in the air. Why are they eating Fruity Pebbles for breakfast? You're in big trouble. All right, so check it out. I'm trying to tell you, check it out. Check it out. Check it out. Oh, I'm gonna lose the comments, so I'll look at the comments tonight. Forget your lust. Ooh, yes. I was on my other profile, and I've got all my rock on my other profile, and I was trying to stay awake. And I got to a simple kind of man. Simple man. Be a simple person. Be a simple person. Don't be a simple person. Forget your lust for the rich man's gold. All that you need is in your soul. Absolutely. Absolutely. Be a simple woman. Don't be a simple woman. That's why I had to drive very far as a young man, because don't nobody around me got any common damn sense. Too simple. Be simple. Be simple. Because when you're complex, they can default on the things that consumerism lives for. And they can poison your body. Rise, really, riz. Let me see, hold on. High current comment. No, I want to go up and see. Oh, I can't go higher than that. Oh, this is like Facebook. Oh, that sucks. The comments, they roll off if they go too high. I'm sorry, I missed a bunch of comments. Hey, President Journey, Art, Rachel, Hannah, how you doing this morning, girl? How your mama doing? We all cousins. I think it's the first time I met you. Hello, everyone. Gerard, you know, I only pop in for a few minutes every now and then. Oh, have you? I've never seen you comment before. Just want to say thank you. I turned my backyard into a vegetable garden. We winning. We winning. Go on, President. What is your name? Are you on Facebook too? We winning. I feel like doing the what's his name? Del Big Tree. Oh, is it Big Tree Day? Today's Thursday. Is it Big Tree Day? No, that's tomorrow. Tomorrow. When he was like, we're winning, and he started doing the McDonald's Running Man. And well, this is a strong woman. I believe this is a strong woman. This is what strong people do. They look at the situation, they make a delineation as to critical thought, listening that the slavers are at the coast. What do you do when the slavers are at the coast? Well, they want to grab me and put me into slavery. I got children and friends and family and people around me that live and eat food. I need to grow food. That's it. You know, you're not going to be welcome in their grocery stores unless you agree to a certain level of slavery. That's winning right there. That's winning. But don't ever do the Del Big Tree dance. That's my favorite. He looks like the Lucky Charms. He looks like the Lucky Charms guy. But when he did that dance, that just ruined it. I agree with everything Del said. He decided to clap on 3 and 7 and dance. I'm President Journey. I'm so glad to hear that. Rachel. Oh, Rachel had. Oh, I know Rachel. Oh, I know. Never mind. I know who you are. Yeah. Plant the garden. Plant seeds. Plant seeds. Plant seeds. We've been saying this for years. Plant seeds. Plant seeds. Get land. Hold land. Get minerals. Hold minerals. Put your wealth in value. Because you ain't no wealth and no dollars. If you own dollars, you about to get the rug pulled from underneath you. Put your wealth in valuable things, people, land, minerals, or something like, yeah, I'm investing in gold and silver and lithium on Wall Street. Wall Street is a black market. GameStop done told you is corrupt. It's a black market, it's corrupt. They will get you. Put your wealth in things that have value. And the US dollar is not one of them. Some people ask about Bitcoin. Oh, I'm saying I'm not a proponent of Bitcoin. I'm a proponent of blockchain. I think I'm gonna do a series on my website of just processing how blockchain philosophy will change the world. It will. It will. They messed up when they let that monster out the closet. From an IT perspective, from a I used to be a systems engineer, and I still am. I just don't do it for colonizers in corporate America. And I need to change that name too. Corporate America is the wrong word for it. It's not corporate America. It is literally Rothschild or it's Rockefeller, because Rothschild's got the banking. It's just it's Rockefeller slave plantationism. That's all it is. But no, when I was there, and I mostly worked for them as a systems engineer, you develop systems that have a purpose. And, you know, so when people asked me before, what do you think about Bitcoin? You know, I looked at Bitcoin. Don't look at Bitcoin. Be Bitcoin agnostic. Be currency agnostic. First of all, I don't believe in currency, but I believe we have to take paths to freedom. Look at the philosophy of what you're going to look at. There you go. There you go. There you go. Look at the philosophy of whatever the thing is. Ignore the thing. And look at the philosophy of it. Like war on drugs as an example. What is the philosophy? Well, people can't self-medicate. Okay, so flawed philosophy, I want nothing to do with it, right? At a system level, at a model root principle of this system level, I want nothing to do with it. You know, forced medication, right? At the system level, does it make sense to ever force anybody? No, it doesn't. So blockchain is what's important. Currency isn't. Not to me. I mean, you probably want to pick a powerful one, a popular one, but blockchain philosophy, when it applies to everything, will change the world. It's basically the belief in open source. It's the belief in no corruption, the places it can take us. So I'm gonna do a series on my site. You got to be on my site to read the proliferations that's gonna come out my mouth. That's what you got to do. You're not gonna read them on Facebook. I'm not gonna post any of that nonsense there, and soon I'm gonna stop even doing YouTube videos. I'm just gonna put everything on my website. Why? Because if we are on their plantation, we will always follow their rules. And their rules are keep them in power at the top always. Right? So blockchain is very important. I particularly like Bitcoin. But blockchain is very important. Put your money in something that's uncorruptible, that at the system level can't rob you of your earnings. All right. Hello, welcome back, Gerard. You're home safe. Hello, friend. Thank you, Heather. I'm never safe. There's no safety on a plantation. It's a zero. Facebook is blocking any anti-blank post. Yes, they said that, Alexander. They did. And then, we could do a series of videos, Alexander, just on look at the principle of it. Look at the principle of the thing. If in 1974 they made something that would stop the replication of that thing, then nobody should be making any cures for that thing because they've already proven that you can stop everybody dying from that thing. So that whole industry is false, which is why they blocked your post. No conspiracy. They just make trillions of dollars on people doing something stupid that they've already won. I mean, this is from a scientific perspective. They're already won, proven a few things can stop people from dying from it. They don't want that. Fear is how they drive things, and death is how you get people to do stupid things. One, and two is just even before that, at the principle level. If you eat human food, you have a human immune system, which means you don't die of inhuman things. Very simple. At the principle level, I'm not like Riley was talking about before, the T word, the theories. I'm not interested in treating a theory like it's a fact. That's ignorance, But, people have to read and educate themselves and do a little bit of homework. And so, yeah, they're going to block you on that, Alexander. Here, or not here, because I'm not on Facebook right at that point. But all you can do is encourage people to educate themselves, right? Slavers are at the coast. Pretend you're in Africa. It's hard to do, Alexander. I'll make some jokes, but that's going to get me in trouble. Even here. And okay, pretend that you are in Ireland when the Corsair pirate showed up. Pretend that you were in Britain when the Corsair pirate showed up. And it's that the Corsair pirates are at the coast. Everybody can take it and apply it to any identity they need to. They're at the coast. What do? Do we keep doing the things that we were doing, knowing the slavers are coming for us, doing those things? Or do we go do something different? So when it comes to that, Alexander, I just tell people you need to go onto the high wire and you need to take your scientific brain with you and you need to start doing some reading. And that's the funny thing about that statement about Simple Kind of Man. One of my favorite songs is, don't have a lust for the rich man's world. Ooh, let me make it bigger. Can I make it bigger? Of course you can make it bigger. They make Viagra. No, where's it at? Here, right there. Boom. Oh, you know what? It's not going to be much bigger anyway. Oh my God, it'll be so much fun when I get the icons back. And I'm working on that. I just haven't had time. I have to finish the software where you can put the little icons flying across the screen again. But, forget your lust for the rich man's gold. Forget your lust for the rich man's world. Forget your lust for the rich man's concrete jungle. Forget your lust for the rich man's food. Forget your lust for the idea that they're growing crops faster by putting carcinogens on them. Forget your lust for their medicines, because they're not medicines. That's tragedy-based Rockefeller medicine, menism. Forget your lust for it. All you need is in your soul. All you need is already in your body. Your immune system is phenomenal, Alexander, as you already know. Your immune system is designed to solve every problem the natural world can throw at it, almost all of them. So if you're dying from something that's out there prolifically, somebody put it out there unnaturally, or you're putting things in your body unnaturally that you shouldn't be. It was just a well-designed distraction by design, but y'all have convinced yourselves that you're not sheep. Everybody's a sheep in this herd, Beaufont. You know that. Everybody's a sheep. Don't ever let nobody convince you that you're free. You're not free. Don't ever let anybody convince you that you know what's going on. None of us know what's going on. Facebook is scared. Well, yeah, I think they are. Not Facebook, because Facebook isn't a thing. It's a system. It just needs power, and blocking your posts and delete you gives them more power. But the people behind it are scared. They're scared, Riley, because they don't want to be you. They don't want to be in Chicago in an apartment. They want to keep staying on Epstein Island, having fun with, people who are divided up, fighting over which of the lords and kings are going to save them. Can I do a post on heroism? Something about heroes and villains. Oh, that was the other thing he said. Matthew McConaughey. He said, be your own hero. He said when he was a kid, I know it's weird to quote people from Hollywood, but there's some people that say right things in Hollywood. He said that When they asked him, who is your hero? As a young man, he answered, and it's probably a bullshit story. He probably made the whole thing up. I do that sometimes too. I add a little sugar to stories. He probably heard somebody else say it, but it sounded good in the interview, on the speech. He said that they asked, who's your hero? And he said, I'm my hero 10 years down the road. Think about that. I'm my hero 10 years down the road. What happens when you have a society of people who don't have heroes and villains? They don't blame other people for their problems, for how that environment created affects them because they weren't prepared. So they're not villains. There are no villains, and they're not in victimhood, and they're not victims. But he said, I'm my hero 10 years down the road. He said they asked him again. So I guess it was 10 years down the road, whatever. He was 35. They asked him when he was 25. And who is your hero? Are you your hero? He said, hell no. Hell no. No, look at this. What, hey, I got things to do. I'm not my hero. It was a deep talk. I have to post it or go to the website and see it. Because I probably shouldn't post it on Facebook anyway. You're your own hero. Solve your own problems. Figure out what's going on in your world, what's not working right, what you are self-destructive with. You don't do that no more. You're not in competition with anybody else but yourself. Anybody after you more than yourself. Get to know yourself and stop being in competition with yourself. Stop being self-destructive. Things that you are involved in that are unsustainable, stop doing them. And be honest about what's unsustainable. Voting for Democrats, voting for Republicans, voting for colonizers and killers and weapons traffickers and all the nonsense we get into. Try to be a better person tomorrow than you were today. That's all I'm focused on. That's why people don't get me upset. I'm not worried about what Sister Deb is up to, what she's doing, people on Harsh's posts and other people. I really don't care what y'all do. I'm my own hero. And if I'm not prepared for tomorrow, then I can only blame me. He's simple. But yeah, hero. So that's what he's talking about. Heroes and villains. That's another thing. We're too old to have anybody else's underoos, y'all. And that one, you might get the cuckoo that way. You put on somebody else's underwear, who knows what kind of bacteria and funguses and things jumping around in there, little crabs and frogs and stuff. You don't know what's in there. Don't wear nobody else's drawers. Don't wear nobody else's shoes. Look at what it's like to walk in other people's shoes, but you need to have your own drawers. You understand what I'm saying? I hope you do, because I have no damn idea what I just said. Be a better person tomorrow. You're only in competition with yourself. Don't walk in anybody else's shoes. You got fill your shoes, damn it. Fill your shoes tomorrow. Fix yourself today. Be a better person tomorrow. That's all you got to do. That's all you got. It was a great talk. All right, sacred feminine will save us all. Inside you, I agree, Rebecca. The sacred feminine, masculine, on the spectrum, and whatever's in you, but you will save you. It will save you, save you, save you. It's you that saves you. Nobody else is going to save you. No, everybody's in competition with one another. Right? Don't believe anything that I say. If I say anything that makes any damn sense to anybody, go look it up. Do your own research and change your behavior based on how that resonates with you. Christine, I agree with you. Time to live life and get to know your friendly vegetable food growing neighbors. It's time for that. It is time for that, Teresa. And if you don't have any vegetable food growing neighbors, if they all shop at the grocery store and they wait on Bill Gates and the rest of them to come save them, you need to find new neighbors. That's one thing I'm gonna say with that, Teresa, is some people don't want to change. Some people love slavery, just how it is. Some people are so scared that they will embrace the new slavery, put on shackles on themselves, put them on their kids, and put them on you. And all this has a lot to do with the global currency reset. Okay, on that note, let's skip over. I haven't showed y'all anything. I could talk for damn near hours like Gerard, we know that. I think it's hilarious. I think it's funny I talk so much. But I haven't talked to y'all in a little bit. I was going crazy. No, I want to show you a couple things. I'll show you pieces of other things. Oh, gosh. I asked y'all to tell me what we're going to watch and nobody posted anything. Y'all suck. I love you at the same time. I don't like to pick what we watch all the time. Where we? Oh, look at that. 20 watching on YouTube. 1 watching somewhere else. Where are you at somewhere else? Are you on Twitch or are you on Periscope? We're on Periscope also. Diversify, and then we're going to centralize. Let me see. Oh, that's such a wonderful song. I'm on my history list. Hold on my history. The sky is a neighborhood. Central banking, or throw it in the face of the changers. Oh, throw it in the face of the climate changes that it's just the government. So I'll start with Kaiser. Just a little piece of it. I'll show the whole thing.
To fight the tides, the currents of an economic cycle, of a business cycle. So for this analogy, this metaphor here, we're going to look at what rip currents do. Max and I grew up on the East Coast of America, so I spent many a summer out on the beach in Long Island. And one thing you know is that rip currents occur and what to do with a rip current. Well, according to USA Today, on an article about deadly rip currents, they say rip currents occur in bodies of water with breaking waves. They are channels of water that flow at a faster pace than the surrounding area. Swimmers who are caught in rip currents can get sucked away at speeds of up to 8 feet per second, far too fast for many swimmers to make it safely back to shore. And what do the swimmers who don't make it back to shore? They always they panic, and then they see themselves being pushed away from the shore, and they panic and try harder and harder to get to shore, which is the exact thing you should not do. You should.
Good analogy. We are in a rip current, but it's a cyclical rip current. It's a place we're at the damn beach. We know it's a rip current out there. We know what to do when the rip current comes because we studied history and did our research. So we are in the rip current. What do? Don't panic.
Just relax, go with the flow, and let it take you, and then swim away slowly.
Exactly right.
Go with the natural flow, not the new normal flow, not the flow of trusting the slavers to create more free and better new normals for you. Not to let the central bankers do what they've always been doing, but go back to the natural flow, the land, food, vegetables, natural medicine, natural food. All the things people need is fresh air, land, water, and things will go the way they're supposed to. That rip current will come to an end. It'll fizzle out. Most of our problems is we believe in unsustainable things and we support unsustainable people who create unsustainable laws and created this fake world that always ends in a planned default. And they try to reset the cycle.
Panic into the problem. Panic into the problem. So this is then leading.
Panic takes you into the problem. Fear takes you into the problem. I'm gonna skip forward because they talked for a long time. It was a great talk. I want to get to the end and Max at the end. Max blew it up again. Not Mac, I mean Mac.
Economy, don't steal small. No petty theft. Steal big. All right, we're gonna take a break.
All right. Advertisement. Is the volume good? Looks like my volume was way down. I just turned it up. If ever the volume is wrong, you can just jump in right away. And yes, Christine.
When we come back, much
we'll
more.
Do the China thing right after this.
Welcome back to the Kaiser Report. I'm Max Kaiser. Time now to return to our conversation with Mike Maloney of goldsilver.com. Mike, welcome back.
Thanks for having me, Max. It's great to be here. Great to see you and Stacey again, too.
Well, let's talk gold and silver. So we've got everything people buy silver and gold for happening with the money markets in terms of the expansion of M2. Money supply is increasing dramatically last year in the U.S. as lockdowns closed the economy. So what do these tell us about the numbers here? What's going on? If I look at the charts, I see the M2 looks like the hockey stick explosion. You're a monetary historian. What's going on?
Well, I think we're approaching an end game here. Anybody that looks at this knows that it's crazy. This is unsustainable. The currency creation has exceeded my wildest nightmares. I wrote about this in my book it was released in 2008, just before the crash.
How is that? I think about that statement. So a monetary historian is saying that the printing of money has exceeded his wildest nightmare. How some people think it's It's fulfilling their best dreams that the government's printing money and giving it to them.
Before QE, and I said this was going to happen, but this is far, far beyond what I was expecting. And it all comes back to haunt you somehow. There's no such thing in economics where you don't have some sort of consequence to everything you do. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. We just don't know in economics where that reaction is going to appear. You know, when the NASDAQ crashed, Alan Greenspan took rates down to try and boost up the stock market. And what he did accidentally was create the world's biggest real estate bubble. And we're still suffering the consequences of that. Ben Bernanke and Chairman Bernanke and Chairman Powell and Yellen have caused the greatest wealth transfer in history from the average person to the richest people on the planet. Whenever they create all of this new currency, that currency finds its, they create dollars and then they buy something with them to get them into circulation. That's the Fed's balance sheet. So they're counterfeiting currency into existence, buying stuff, and that usually ends up in the stock market. You can see this tremendous correlation with the increase in the currency supply and where the stock market goes. So that wealth is diluting the currency supply, transferring purchasing power from the average person to Bill Gates and Jeff Bezos. And it's immoral. It's immoral in the first place to steal. And that's what the Federal Reserve and all other central banks do whenever they create currency. They're counterfeiting something that had no cost or effort into creating it into existence and buying something with it. It's immoral and really should be illegal, as it is for any private citizen.
Similar thing was going on in Iceland back in
2008.
Hold on.
He said a whole lot there. Hopefully people got what he was saying, right? I love his phrase. It is counterfeiting currency into creation. It's a counterfeiting operation. Right? That's what these central banking fiat currencies are. They're a counterfeiting operation to create something for doing nothing out of thin air and giving it to people you enslave. Because they'll go out and they'll buy more things to make sure that the money goes right back into the black market, Wall Street, so that you can reset the currency to a new form of slavery that they embrace. This is slavery. It's free labor. That's why I say it's free labor. You're not in a corporate job. You don't have a job. You're a forced labor slave. You are forced to do something you don't want to do. Because they give you an option of 20,000 different careers you could do, you think it's freedom. It's not. That's forced labor. You are a slave. And I love how he put it. It's counterfeiting. You can't do it. If you do it, they will throw you in prison. They will throw you under the prison if you counterfeit money. They counterfeit money every day. And the people have this delusion that I used to have. Oh, well, the wealthy people create money. They create jobs. They create opportunity. No, they print money. And they give their kids the ability to print the money. And they keep the wealth in the family. So you don't get in. So your children have to work for every dime that's not even a dime that goes in their pocket. And all they got to do is keep printing the money. They have a free slave plantation called Earth because we continue to consent and go along with it. I love what he's saying. He's nailing the Federal Reserve to the wall it needs to be. They're counterfeiters. Right? The government created them. Or the government, the corporation that used to be a government created, it authorized them, but it has no control over them. They're an international banking cartel. Let's say one more thing, and I'm gonna skip to the end of it.
8 or so, banks were caught counterfeiting money. They were buying assets with it. Finally, the law caught up to them, and they were all severely punished and going to jail. And the country suffered horribly, and they had to rebuild from scratch. But morally, they at least had the sense that something was being done to punish the criminals. Here in the United States and elsewhere, we seem to applaud the criminals and give them huge bonuses. Now, let's talk about.
All right, let's move it forward. So it's a good conversation. I just want to go to the end, get to the end. We'll go
digital central bank digital currency is quite the buzzword this year at Davos and around the world. The Fed creates Fed coin. They guarantee your deposits. They swap it out, your dollars for Fed coin, 1 for 1.
And it is the buzz. And this is what we talked about in the earlier context, is they don't really care what currency you use. They own you. They control you. But there are certain types of currencies that are designed to make it harder to corrupt. Blockchain makes it impossible to corrupt the currency. But the corruption level isn't within the system, it's within you. They control the business or they control you. And so it is a big, so they control anything that you use, right? Because they can kill you. They have people with guns that will shoot you and put you in a cage if you don't do what they tell you to do. So that is their means of controlling the digital currencies. This is why I don't like them, because they can control it easily. Well, they can control everything. But the hardest currency to control are the ones that are blockchain. Why? Because if you do something dirty with the currency, you get caught. You can't print the money. And this is why blockchain philosophy will change the world. And they would talk about it at Davos and be worried about it, because it's ending their ability to make infinite shackles for every human being on the planet. If their currency isn't manipulatable, is that a word? It had nipple in it. Yes, it's a word. Manipulatable, which is weird. Why do coffee cups have nipples on them? Did y'all notice this? I don't have an example, and I've seen like 100 coffee cups in my last 5 days on Photoshop. But they at the gas station, y'all notice that the cups that you put on top of the coffee, it's got a human nipple shaped sucky thing from it. Is anybody, y'all know what I'm talking about? Have y'all ever gone to the grocery gas station and got that fake top that you put on top of the coffee? You know, that's oddly shaped like a human nipple. And you know what also is shaped like a human nipple? Sippy cups. I don't know how it got there. My mind does it. I was dried. I was looking at the cup like, this is an adult sippy. We're like big children. We're like big babies in every damn way. We not only have face diapers on, but we got human sippy cups. The gas station called me. And I feel like, damn it, I'm a big old baby with a sippy cup. They literally give us sippy cups now. It looks just like a sippy cup if it's not black and it's paper, but if it's all plastic. We're driving around in face diapers with human sippy cups. I don't know where the nipple came from. Oh, it was manipulatable. So they don't like blockchain because it's not as easy manipulatable. Right? It's harder. You can't manipulate it from within. When you modify it, everybody sees it because of the blockchain. Right? So of course it's a big talk, because that's just a new way they can take it and enslave you and control you. Right? Like these are the conversations we used to get in about the Venus Project. People say, "Oh, that's just Operation 2020. That's 2010. That thing, whatever that thing is." Like, no, living on the land is called being human. It's called being human for the last 200,000 years or longer, right? Living in sync with land. That's why I love the Venus Project, right? And you can use automation to help people be free, or you can use automation to enslave people further, more efficiently, right? So they want the digital. They take everything that's good and they modify it so they can control people. They took digital currency and they're figuring out how to modify it to control people. So they don't want you to go from your currency in your nation to a currency no government controls, no billionaires or families control, no corporations control, to a completely sound money design where what you earn goes into something solid that has value that never goes away. And that's what blockchain gives you, at the basis. And so, yeah, it's not surprising to me that they're talking about it, because they want you to go from your nation's currency to a digital version of the same corrupt currency.
And they let the banks die. In other words, they throw the banks under the bus. This is a heterodox idea, but it's gaining some currency out there. Your thoughts?
I think that's entirely possible, because the banks and Wall Street, these are all cannibalistic. I mean, they're sharks and they're cannibals. They'll eat their young. They'll eat their competitors. It doesn't matter. And you have.
Well, they're no different. They're predators, right? We've made a predatory system where the banks will kill each other. The McDonald's will kill the fast food companies, put each other out of business. The pharmaceutical companies are doing the same thing. And so are the people. A competition-based system that the system or the being dies if it doesn't have the things that it's competing for. And this is the danger of currency, which is why blockchain can make currency go away and will change the world once you really understand what blockchain is from a systems engineering perspective. But as a predatory predator-prey system, they're going to eat each other and they're going to kill each other. Good example. I was out and I saw some trails. I know I posted a picture. Hold on. Good example. When you have a predator-based system, expect there to be prey. You don't want to be the prey. If they give you an option, as an example, same option the banks are giving, you're either going to be the predator or you're going to be the prey. What do you choose? What would you want to be? Are you going to sit back and let somebody else take the predator position and eat you? Or are you going to become the predator and eat them? This is why a group conflict-based system has to go away. You can't have that as a world model. Let me show you a quick example before we jump back to that. I was out on Photoshop. And no, you never get me to admit to anything. I ain't gonna have it. Nope, not me. You can go all the way to hell. Nope, not admit nothing. Look right here. Our predator-based system is nature, right? Survival of the fittest never stop. And of course, I put this in the context of what I want to put it in, the obedient. And so I saw some tracks, right? Oh, can I make that bigger? Of course you can. Put some Viagra on it. Hold on. There we go. That's slightly bigger. Let me make my head smaller. Right here. I was out there chilling, walking, you know, thought I was still in Kansas, in which I wasn't. And hold on, let me hide the comment. Hold on. Right. I saw some trails, like, oh, look, the elk trails. You know, I looked at one, it's like, oh, there's some, you know, somebody thought it was a deer. I said, oh, no, that's too big to be a deer. That looks like that's an elk. That's a big trail for an elk. And it wasn't a grown elk, but it was bigger than a deer. It was probably, you know, a young elk. And then I saw another track right behind it. It was on the side of the road out there in this free land on Photoshop. I said, wait a minute. That's a pad. One is a hoof, the other is a pad. Well, the pad, mammals have pads. Pads that track things that have hooves are called predators, and they track the prey. Right? And so it was obvious to me, this was beautiful. It was either a cougar or a bear. I can't tell you which one. Right on the side of the road. Why? Because the bear's got to eat. The cougar's got to eat. When you have a system of predator and prey, somebody will always get eaten and not in the good way. So you have a predatory system that the banks are trapped in, corporations are trapped in, the industries are trapped in, and we're trapped in, right? So there is no hippie happiness and peace and love in a system that requires us all to be predators or we die, right? All you can do, we're all sellouts. Back to what I like to say, which is we're all sellouts and we all are predators to a degree. Now, some of us have chosen to just eat bunny blood as opposed to human blood. We're all vampires. Some of us chose to eat smoothie blood with microbiology that we murder all day long, as opposed to the big blood that comes from the animals we want to save. But we're still predators. It's a predator-based system. The flaws of the system. It's not the people. It's not the side effects. It's the root system. The predatory system is what has to go away. Something about cows and veganism or something like that. Where did I post this weekend? Oh, yeah. Speaking now, I said something to make the vegans mad at me. Let me go back real quick. I know I posted something that make the the meteors upset with me too. It's good to be upset. Change comes from being upset. Change does not come from not being upset. So I post things to try to make people upset. Didn't I post another one? I was out and I took a few pictures. Hold on. Out on Photoshop. Ooh, powerful things, interesting things. Hang on. No. Where is? Hold on. Let me click through the pictures. Maybe I can do it. Where is the picture I'm looking for? About the cows. Nope, that's not it. That was good. Snitches. Yep. That was a good one. No, let's go back. I got tons of pictures that I photoshopped. Oh, that was awesome. Remember this one right here? Y'all remember this? Cut the grass. Y'all remember that? Y'all know what that is? Anybody know what that is? That's how we used to cut grass. That was a device that you had to go and push around in the grass. Otherwise, you wouldn't get to play your video games, your little head-to-head football. You couldn't play with your wooden trucks unless you pushed that around. This was weird. PP. Somebody had the sign that told you where the PP room was at, and they had this hanging on the wall. Yeah, yeah. If you have to go to a place that's got those things, you better be do the job. If it's not to do the job, then you eating their food. If you eat their food, you're gonna need their drugs. They go to Duke. Hold on. All right, no, that's not the one I want to show you. There was something about a bear. No, not a bear. There was something about I thought I posted a photo of this earlier about some. Hang on. Make the meat eaters upset. Because it's just not the junk food eaters that got to worry about the cuckoo. The meat eaters got an issue too. Didn't that post? Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. These are some good, powerful sayings I saw. Pictures, shirts. No, no, no. Oh, yeah. Yes, I did snort. That was hilarious. It's all a scam. Immigration is such a scam. Hold on, Sister Melody. No, didn't I post a picture of did I make my profile picture? Did they delete the picture? Oh, Lord have mercy. Yeah, this is what my friends were doing. This is what y'all was doing this weekend, huh? Okay. He looks safe. Oh, Lord have mercy. Then that's a funny one too. A07, she's scared of the guy with the barbarian thing. It's like you vote for laws every day that bombs children. You probably shouldn't be scared of some dude with some horns on his head. Nope, but that's damn sure something wrong with cats. This is what's wrong with it. Look at this. Look at it. Thing's crazy. Look at that. That's some human stuff. These things is, I don't know, they're sentient in some way. Cats are the creepiest things I've ever known. Bob Marley. I'm gonna miss the point. The problem with Bob Marley got to say Bob Marley wisdom. The problem is people are being hated when they are real and being loved when they're fake. Real talk. And that is the problem. That's the problem right now. Is if you are fake, you will be popular because you'll speak to everybody's biases. If you are being real, you can be largely unpopular. Okay, I don't know where the picture's at. Facebook, did y'all delete the picture? That's crazy. I had a picture of a house. Yeah, I had a couple thoughts this weekend. I posted a lot, but it's a hell of a lot less than what I used to post. I thought I posted a picture of people said making jokes. I was trying to make the point. Oh, this content's not available right now. Probably. Hold on. One moment, please. One moment. There you go. The shirt was powerful. Empower happiness. Yes. Everywhere you go, in yourself and in other people. Wake up, be amazing. Hold on. I forgot what it said. I can't see the shirt. It was wake up, be amazing, do something, be yourself, repeat. Do that over and over and over again. Wake up, be amazing, breathe, love yourself, learn, educate, research, grow, and wake up the next morning and do it again. It's called evolution. It's like the whole do your research and change your behavior. Right? Somebody says slavers are at the coast. Then no, they're not. Oh no, this is it right here. What? No, is this it? Yeah, this is it. I was making a point. And my friends just took it somewhere totally different because that's what they do. They're my friends. It was a selfie. If you can see in the distance, hang on. There's a cow. Can y'all see? Oh, you can see the cursor right here. You see this little dot right here, people? This is why I posted the pictures with the cow. I took a selfie with the cow, and he was way out there in the distance. And this was a selfie with one of our dog-like distance immunosuppressive relatives. And most people like medium well diluted in immunosuppressive sauces or ground up on immunosuppressive frankenwheat burgers. While scared of the cuckoo, scared of something that actually causes death in people that go have immune problems. Good thing science beat our immune systems at its job, huh? Good thing science is better than our immune systems, but people taking that beautiful creature that runs around like a dog, which they've deleted for it's dog-like. No, it's still there. Dog-like. See right there. Because you put a ball out there, the cow would chase the ball, the calf would have fun and play with it, just like a dog. But until you show people it's delicious on a bun. or delicious on a bun that'll kill you. That's got immunosuppressive franken wheat within it, glyphosate and gliadin protein that clogs up your villi that reduces your immunity. So when the PHLU comes across, you die of it. Or they cook it medium well and they put some carcinogen sauces on it that also suppress their immune system. And that's just leaving the fact out that it's got casein in it. The damn casein is a damn fertilizer. This is why I don't take y'all seriously. This is why I don't. I do not take y'all seriously because you eat things, you eat death, and then you're scared that you die. You eat death, like, oh, God, I die. Yeah, that's supposed to happen. If you eat their food, you will die of their diseases. That is very simple. Rule of nature. If you don't eat things that make living easy, your body will have dis-ease. You ain't got nobody to blame but yourself. But that was the point of the post. My friends thought it was most important to talk about the bunny ears behind my head. They're silly people. I had to laugh in the apocalypse. And I didn't even notice that, although I kind of want to pretend that I do. Because it could be like a deep, mysterious thing, like Gerard has another post, like Q. I'm going to be G. G got a post. Oh, the bunny ears mean something. He's in cactuses in the fields and stuff. And this is the picture I was talking about. Brother Jesse, that's what I was talking about. You know how the Native Americans grab better land. Like, nope, the Native Americans knew food is everywhere. And you can grow anything and anything if you know science. Not science, like real science, science observation. Here's an observation for you. If you got if the world's global billionaires, bankers, colonizers, and killers tell you that they got a cure for you and something that you need to be scared of, go the other way. If they tell you that they got a new currency to give you because they love you and they love grandma and they want to save you and save grandma, if the slave master tells you, if the people who own the colony that enslaves and oppresses you just got the police, they tell you that they're going to get you some more police to help you. They're going to give you a currency and give you some money because it to stimulate happiness in your life and freedom and health and wealth. They're lying. Let's let him wrap it up and move on.
Have to remember that the largest banks in the world own the stock in the Federal Reserve, which is not part of the government. I mean, it's government sanctioned, but it's not part of the government. It's a corporation that issued stock, and the largest banks in the world own that. So if they do put the banks out of business, they haven't really put the banks that own the Federal Reserve out of business. They've just created a monopoly at that point. And
I'm gonna go back so he can say that again, right? I want him to say that again, mainly because there are people who still don't understand this. And it's beautiful that it's being said now on, well, I guess RT is not mainstream, but it's now being said on the news where people don't understand this is a corporation, right? A corporation owns your country. He who owns the purse owns all the damn monkeys in the purse and the government monkeys in the purse who aren't a government either. They're just a corporation. Thine who owns the purse own thine monkey butts. The money, because I can't. It's weird when I cuss because I can't cuss. The AZZ, all right, they own you. You're not their citizen. They own you. They do anything they want to you. And I'm glad that he said it. And the other reason I'm glad he said it is because people say, yeah, well, Donald Trump took over the Federal Reserve. He said, yeah, America. And it's like, no, they own the Federal Reserve. You could put a cosign, maybe you could put a cosign. I don't know. I ain't got that much money to tell you you put a cosign on the Federal Reserve. You can put somebody else's name on the deed. But the biggest banks in the world own the Federal Reserve. It's not an American currency. Americans don't own it, and Congress has no say in it. Congress goes to these world's billionaires, trillionaire families, and beg them to print more money so the country doesn't collapse, so they can keep their job. They don't care nothing about the country collapsing. They just want to keep the job. And so they answer the question, like any bank does. Well, what you got on my money? What you got on the loan? What's the guarantor? How I know you're going to pay me back? Same way the bank does you, the little bank. The big banks do the same thing the little banks do. How you going to pay us back? And your government says, well, we're willing to poison our people with glyphosate and pesticides and chemicals and EMFs and all these things to make the corporations a lot of money. The people go to work for these corporations. They get poisoned by the products. They pay their taxes. The corporations pay their taxes. Then they get sick and they go to disease management for help, which makes more money. So corporations pay us back even more. And we also got war. That's another thing we can do. We can go blow up other countries and steal their resources. Jimmy Dore had a great video on that this morning, from probably yesterday or this weekend, I don't know, where he explained that they publicly admitted our job is to go blow up nations and steal the resources. And even Donald Trump said that, which is blowing. This is why they all agree. They all got that. I didn't know he said that. I really wasn't listening. I don't really listen to colonizers, but and I'm not anti-Trump, not pro-Trump. I find the man funny, and that always gets me in trouble. He's an entertainer, and he was entertaining, that's all. But he was still within the United States Incorporated, all right? And that pisses people off, but once again, hey, listen, if you hear something that's starting to kind of make some sense, go do your research and change your behavior. So I'm gonna let him say this one more time. You know, it doesn't matter as long as that corporation, the Federal Reserve, is owned by international billionaires, 12 regions around the United States, and JP Morgan was the biggest investor in them last time I checked. They own you, and they tell the government what to do the same way the bank tells you what to do when you create a business plan, and they say, no, that's not going to work. You need to kill more people in your business plan. I don't think you'll be able to pay us back giving the people the land back. You're not going to be able to pay us back feeding the starving children around America. You're not going to be able to pay us back by giving the land back so people can walk across the border and the people down there got enough food to give people at the border or jobs to give them because they own their own land, they got their own farms, or they have their own thing going. That doesn't make no money. You know, ceasing war, no, ending the war on drugs, no, that'll free the cartels from profit, right? We created the war on drugs because it created a crime wave and an industry, scares people, which means we can get money from corporations that create prisons and police statism. The middle class would cheer for it because they're scared of people in impoverished neighborhoods. So they give us even more power, more weapons, and more guns that come back from the Iraq war to control people. That makes money. Loving children, housing the homeless, giving human beings their land back so they can have their own ecosystems and create their own healthy food, that doesn't make no money. And this is where it's not the government's fault, which they're just actors in a corporation. It's not their fault. In order for them to get a job, to get reelected, they have to pretend for you that they're trying to help you, but they have to do everything that the banks tell them. This is why Assange got in so much trouble. One of the big reasons. He showed you Obama didn't even pick his cabinet. Was it Citigroup, Citibank? One of them things, they keep naming, merging and joining, but the one that starts with Citi picked his entire cabinet but 2 people. Oh yeah, you can be the president if you want to. Or, oh yeah, we'll do quantitative easing if that's what you need for your people not to starve, but you're going to go to war for us. You're going to go to war and make that money back. Pay us back. Or you can be president, but here are your cabinet members. These are people that we've already coached and instructed on what to do. Right? This is why it doesn't matter who the president is. Let him say that one more time.
Out there, your thoughts?
I think that's entirely possible because you know, the banks and Wall Street, these are all cannibalistic. I mean, they're sharks and they're cannibals. They'll eat.
They're sharks and they're cannibals. Isn't it funny how he just said that and it ended up in like 20 minutes of me ranting about predators? If what we're doing is unsustainable, let's not do it no more. Let's be the hero of our own stories. You are your own hero in 10 years by educating yourself, becoming informed, and changing your behavior. If there's a predatory based system, the answer is no. I mean, do you want your children to grow up and running from bears and cougars and banks and pharmaceutical industries and Fauci's and Gateses? Or do you want them to be free? A planet that just has food and herbivores eating that food at a system level.
They're young, they'll eat their competitors. It doesn't matter. And you have to remember that the largest banks in the world own the stock in the Federal Reserve, which is not part of the government. I mean, it's government sanctioned, but it's not part of the government. It's a corporation that issued stock And the largest banks in the world own that. So if they do put the banks out of business, they haven't really put the banks that own the Federal Reserve out of business. They've just created a monopoly at that point. And yes, they do want to control velocity. This is the fly in the ointment for them. And getting currency into the hands of people that are poor, free currency, which is theft, by the way, into the hands of the poor, they are the first ones to spend it, and spend it on things like groceries and stuff that's at the retail level. So at that point, you got to watch out for inflation. So that will be one of their answers, is to get currency into the hands of the poor and the middle class, so that it gets spent right away into the retail system, because they are deathly afraid of deflation. If deflation occurs, then there's less taxes coming in to pay the principal and interest on all of the treasury bonds that were purchased by the Fed to create the currency. It's a silly system. The whole thing is nuts.
Well, we extensively covered the crisis in 2008, and we both predicted that the solution at that time was by bailing out the creditors instead of the debtors, and just expanding their credit lines so they could do the exact same thing, but 10 times, 20 times more over, would create another crisis within 10 or 12 years. And here we are, 2021. Are what we're seeing here is a repeat, essentially, of the 2008 crisis, but much bigger?
You just laid out the connection that they have. This was created. The crisis that we're going into was created back in 2008 by...
And that's the only place I'll stop. It's a pandemic. It always is a pandemic. It has nothing to do with the cuckoo. It has to do with keeping the global 0.01% in power. They're always in power. And we're just in a cycle. One of the things he said in the middle section that I skipped is that, he's talking about from that one perspective, but we are in the eye of the tornado, right? We're in a tornado. And we were just in the eye, and we're just coming out of the eye in everything. Health, slavery, human trafficking, child trafficking, banking, immigration, all these things. They were all these storms, and every now and then we come out of the eye of the storm and we actually see that, oh, damn it, we're actually in a storm. We actually can see other people's footprints. We can actually walk in other people's shoes, because now America's starting to look like what it does to other countries for profit, destabilizing them. So we can either change our behavior or stay on the same course. But that's where we are. We're just coming out of the eye of the storm. We're realizing that, damn, they've been changing the climate as a project. They've been doing it with weather modification. And this is why geoengineering.org gets deleted anytime they post things on Facebook. Anytime you delete it, you go to Facebook prison. Why? Because they don't want people who don't have an understanding of how the worlds work being empowered to understand that these people are playing now.
The central bank's reactions with interest rates and currency creation. And I see it as one crisis, sort of like a hurricane with an eye in the middle of the hurricane. We've been in that eye for, over a decade now. It's amazing how long it's lasted. But when you consider, this is all an illusion. It's all smoke and mirrors based off of currency creation. It isn't the real economy growing. It's the financial economy growing at the expense of everybody else, and the Federal Reserve and the rest of the world's central banks enabling it.
You get that? It's the financial system profiting, growing at the expense of all other industries, all other human beings, and burning up the entire planet. Right? They want to stay in power. They want to stay in control. Money makes the world go round. We all know that as a statement, but we don't act like we know that as people and behavior. Money makes the world go round. The bankers own the planet, and they will own it at the expense of everybody else, or die trying. They will die you and die your planet remaining in power. I love that he said that. All right, let's go.
All right, Mike Maloney of goldsilver.com. Thanks.
Goldsilver.com. Check him out. He's an amazing person. Now, RT, see if I can find the video. So I don't like to watch the news. Y'all already know that. It annoys the hell out of me because I can't choke people on it when they say dumb things that don't make any sense. RT did one on China. China did it. China did it. And I appreciate China. Their weather tool, the weather machine. because they admitted to you what these people have been posting about for the longest time, that they literally have been making it rain for the longest time. They know how to make it rain. It's very old technology. This technology is 100 years old. All right. They've known how to do this for a long time, and they've been doing it. And they signed the weather, was the geoengineering pact that said we'll use our climate weapons, but or machines, but we're only going to use them in our own countries. And it doesn't really matter, because once you have 20 different countries, and this is a preface. We got 20 different countries all making weather for the country in the way they want it to, using cloud modification tools. What do you think that does to global weather? It's what JFK said. It changes global climate. And it's hard for you to swallow, but welcome to the party. Try to keep up. The world is a stage, and everything is done for profit, not because anybody wants to save the planet and the CO2 and the cow farts and all that. And that had nothing to do with that. It's just money. And China coming out shows you that this technology has always been around, outside of the documents that showed you that, and whistleblowers.
This is the news with Rick Sanchez.
I need to go back and watch
I'm Rick Sanchez, and I want to welcome our viewers from all over the world, including many of you who are watching this using your phone on the portable TV app. We're so glad that you're there. Wow, there are two breakthroughs to tell you about today that we would have once thought to be either pure science fiction, something like we look at in movies or read about in books.
Truth is stranger than fiction.
We also would likely have thought that only maybe, American ingenuity, right? or maybe Soviet technology could conjure up and pull off such an amazing feat. But what I'm about to share with you is not science fiction. And it's neither Russia nor the United States that's executing this thing. It's China. Again, China. China this week revealed plans to control the weather. To control the weather with technology that will create artificial rain and or artificial snow as needed. According to a state.
Yes. If you are surprised, please go to your kitchen or go to your local grocery store. Which means you got to have a face diaper on, unless you're in a small town in mid-America that's just like, F you, we're going to do what we want. And nobody's getting sick. And get that eggplant out the refrigerator and just get the going to the eggplant just till it pops open and act like you were surprised. We've been saying this for a very long time, but you didn't want to believe it. Why? Because we're conspiracy theorists. Like, yeah, you conspiracy theorists on a planet that's designed in the conspiracy that you got to go to, that you owe debt at birth. You got to go to kindergarten, get an education, learn how to color in the lines to get a job, to conspire to get more money from the poor people who have less resources to do the same damn thing. A conspiracy theorist is someone who's making theories about the system and how it was designed. It is a conspiratorial, competition-based, group-based system where you earn the most things that you buy food with if you conspire better than everybody else. There are no conspiracies on this planet. If it's making money, they did it.
Statement from the China State Council. China will have a developed weather modification system by the year 2025 that will be able to change weather in an area the size of India.
Look how surprised he looks. He has to do that. It's acting. Unless he's really surprised. And if he is, then you haven't been paying attention. None of it's surprising. They didn't finish it. They're not about to finish it. It's old tech. I mean, it is finished. There's no way they're going to release it. Guess what we're about to do? Nobody in China gets together and says, hey, world, guess what? We are about to control all of you. Because that's what the statement is saying. We're about to make a device to dictate who gets to have food and who doesn't, which is a global hunger games. Nobody in China is that stupid. Nobody in America is that stupid. Well, I don't know. Give us a chance. I don't know. We got some special. But they're basically, you win all wars if you control the food. He who controls the food and the weather controls the world. Who said that? My friends have been posting it for the longest time. I forgot who it is because I forget things. Other things on my mind. Changing my behaviors on my mind. Moving off grid, getting away from their systems, leaving Rockefeller world, Rothschild currency owned behind. He who controls the weather controls the world. And no government is dumb enough to tell you where they are with weather modification. They all keep a secret. And somebody can go back and post the climate, the geoengineering pact. I don't know if China signed it or not. I'm pretty sure I did see their name on there. So they technically, to their signature, can't use it against you. And they never do that. China loves you. So I love it when things that people call conspiracy become true, because these are just things that allow global trillionaires to stay in power. And all they're doing is they just prefer China. So China's allowed to release what they've all been doing. Was it since the 1960s? Was the first ones they admitted? It was before that. That'd be 1940 something. Wilhelm Reich and the rest of them. But JFK told you in 1960 that we are going to be changing the climates in the future if we keep playing with these toys. And the whole world started playing with those toys. So this shouldn't surprise anybody. Did you get the eggplant? Okay, go ahead and start smacking yourself, but turn your volume up so you can hear it.
We're not talking about a rain cloud on top of a football field or something. No, the size of India. Beijing says it will use the technology to help with disaster relief and agricultural production and forest and grassland fires.
Oh, they're going to use it for love.
Unusually high temperatures and or droughts. But wait, there's more. This is crazy. China has also just taken nuclear technology to a whole new level by flipping the switch for the first time ever on a new fusion reactor. It's called the Taconic reactor. This thing is so powerful, it's literally being called an artificial sun because it creates a powerful magnetic field that fuses hot plasma to reach temperatures of more than 150 million degrees Celsius, which is said to be, 10 times hotter than the core of the sun.
All right, you know where I'm going next. Oh, Lord have mercy. That whole thing about the reptilians and inner Earth and creating their own sun. This illogical idea that the reptilians live in hollow Earth, with the ant people, the Native Americans told you about, Sagartha, the people in India told you about, that all the ancients tell you, the Egyptians and Thoth living in the inner Earth, and it's impossible to make anything like the sun that you could put underground in the caverns that we know are all under Earth. The safest environment for the humans, for any species stupid enough to be trapped on the outside of a spaceship called Earth, barreling through space, hitting things that kill the humans, the beings. The smart ones would go live in the inner Earth, and China literally just made a sun. Oh, you gotta love it. You gotta love it. If either that or we all just gonna die. What Max said. We're all just gonna die. They're gonna turn that jet. The good thing, Max, is we won't feel anything, brother. We won't just be sitting here. Or Max is female. I don't know. Max, that one works both ways. They're gonna turn that sucker on. Is that a light? That's the end of it. Reincarnated on another planet. I'll be Alf on the Melmac planet, wherever he's from.
I mean, these developments are global game changers that we are obviously compelled to drill down on here.
You would think they were game changers. I haven't watched it in so long, I forgot his name. What's his name? Sanchez. Rick Sanchez. You would think so, Rick. This is the only way I can watch the news if I can talk back. Yeah, Rick, you think so, huh? You would think that we'd change our behavior, huh? You think that we'd actually read books again. You think that we would figure out that, you know what, we need to stop being in competition. You think we'd figure out that white lives matter and black lives matter, the leaders are all working together. You would think that we'd figured out that they create two sides of the same problem with immigration. You would think that they would put the Americans against the Chinese. You would think that for one moment people would stop and catch a clue and think we all gonna die if we don't create an open source blockchain world where there are no secrets and no corruption is possible because it's a blockchain. You would think. Not that they can't change anything in the blockchain, but if they change it, we'll know. Because we made the blockchain. It's a human thing. It's software engineers and database administrators. We can tell you, no, that's corrupt. They done made some changes. They got free energy. That's not. I'll talk more about blockchain in the future. I think a lot of y'all don't understand it yet from a philosophical. Blockchain is an idea of no corruption. That's what it is. An open source idea that doesn't allow secrets to exist. You know how China made a plasma energon cube? That's my transformer days. An energon cube is basically a big energon cube that can blow the planet up. How'd they make it? They had secrets. What if China government had no secrets? What if the American government had? What if the British government, Canadian government had no secrets? We lived in an open source world where no corruption was possible because all technology and science was trapped to a blockchain. China would not have a fusion reactor about to blow us all up. Because America had that for probably a long time, and they got it taken from them, and the Rothschilds gave it to the Chinese. All right. If you don't have any secrets, then you don't have anything to worry about. So one would think that technology that's being developed that can kill everybody. Don't make me go all beanie hat on you. I do philosophy. I put on my beanie hat. Tech knowledge, technical knowledge, technology. It is knowledge of technology, and knowledge is power. Damn it, do I need a bean pie for this video? Technology is power. Knowledge is power. But if they keep the knowledge of technology from you, they are all powerful. That's where the word technology comes from. For the sake of this moment, because it makes some sense. I don't know how that came from. But anyway, so here's the point. Problem, solution. You would think that people would look at that and say, yeah, killing everybody on the planet and the earth is probably a problem. And they only have that power because I remained in competition with the Chinese and the British and Israel and Palestine and Bolivia. I let a global 0.01% turn me against my cousins all over the planet. And now the lords and kings who are always working together, they only disagree on how many monkeys they own, how much land they own, but we all don't get to own land, that 0.01% that keeps getting smaller and smaller because they're even in competition with each other. So now they have the ability to destroy the entire planet. You would think that would change people's behavior, Rick? I don't know.
This is stuff you need to know. You need to know what's coming around the corner, right? That's why we do this here on the News with Rick Sanchez.
You want to know what's coming around the corner.
And because we believe, it's time to do news again.
I like the idea of knowing what's coming because that way I know which way to run.
For just $39 a month? How? It's easy. If you're over 25,
it's easy peasy.
You have a clean driving record. You
I'm gonna start watching this again. I need to know what's coming. This was 2 months ago.
Right, let's talk about the questions that you're going to be asking tomorrow. Controlling the weather and an artificial sun. Is China really doing this? COVID-19 vaccines about to change everything, everywhere, or are they?
COVID-19,
Will the
COVID-19.
Biden cabinet represent change for America? And if so, how? You know, it seems almost ironic that most of us, certainly here in the United States, are consumed with presidential politics and other assorted distractions. There are actually changes taking place in our world that are truly revolutionary. So as we discuss here in the news and you watch on the other cable channels and other newspapers, conversations about trade wars and border disputes, China is developing methods and systems that may actually make many of those concerns, well, obsolete. Joining us now to talk about this is legendary Scottish newsmaker and activist George Galloway. Every once in a while, George, we do the kinds of stories in this business where it makes you want to open your eyes and go, oh my God, really? Have we reached this time, this thing that, you know, older guys like you and I have only been reading about in comic strips, etc., most of our lives? It's kind of.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think this is where we've reached, or do you think this is like 30 or 40-year-old technology or 100-year-old technology, and they're just putting it in the public domain now because they're working on something far more nefarious and far more powerful? All you got to do is know history to answer that question. If you don't know history, then you're surprised by what's happening.
It's amazing to think that these changes that China is embarking on, if not executing, are really, truly global game changers, no?
Yes, it makes you want to go, wow, China is making the weather in all kinds of ways, literally as well as metaphorically. Last week, they were releasing pictures from the dark side of the moon, only the second flag in history to be planted on the moon. And now, today, we learned that they've made a new sun, indeed 10 times hotter than the core of the sun, through a fusion technique which produces no waste, cannot be stolen and misused by anybody else. It is basically building their own sun. Now, we all knew that the sun rose in the east, Rick, but this is really literally now true. We've known for a while that they could influence the actual weather. They did it at the opening of the Olympic Games in Beijing. It was a beautiful, clear, sunny day, even though the week before the city was shrouded in smog and the weather forecast was for rain. So we knew that they could dispel rain clouds. We now know that they can accumulate rain clouds.
No, we didn't know, George. I'm sorry. We knew that when Wilhelm Reich did it, when they did it back in the 20s and 40s, and the farmers would hire him to come to bring his device to their farm, and he would make it rain. We knew it going back to the Native Americans when they used to do certain prayers and they made it rain. They manifested rain. We knew it when Nikola Tesla told you this was possible. And we also knew it when the CIA admitted that they did it in Vietnam, that they created the monsoons by changing cloud cover because of the war effort. We knew it when JFK told us that we have the ability to modify the cloud cover and do global climate change, and that would happen. We knew it when LBJ said it. And we also knew it when, who else? I mean, it's been since outside of geoengineering.org and they signing the law, the climate change or the climate geoengineering pact with 112 nations signed it. We knew it then. We've always known this. They've always been changing the weather. But the problem is people are gullible and they watch the damn television, and the television tells you what to be scared of. Why? Because the billionaires own the television. They need you to be scared of things that are profitable. Climate change is an industry. It's not an issue. It's a side effect. First of all, the climate's always changed. It's how nature balances out itself. And the current climate change, it's a profitable industry. It's an industry of you saying this is causing climate change and the other side saying climate change doesn't exist. And so they can keep using their technology. So no, nobody should be discombobulated, blown away, or amazed. What you should be doing right now is researching it and understanding at the principle level, well, where else have they been using this, right? If they've had this since the 40s or before. And they've been using it in a lot of places, a lot of theories about Afghanistan. They say since we got to Afghanistan, it almost hadn't rained at all. Huh, how convenient. The invader comes in and it stops raining. The only rain that they have, the water, is what they can they can hide and sneak over the border on camels' backs or whatever, or what our soldiers bring in. So you have to do what you're being told by your invader or you don't get water. They've been in a drought, they say, for almost 10 years or more. Kind of sounds like stimulus, doesn't it? Ooh, stimulus, stimulating. It's hard to have an erection if you're in a drought for 10 years. It's hard to defy government if you need a stimulus. It's hard to defy grocery stores if you don't have your own food.
They can end drought. They can scatter reflectors to make the temperature less hot, thus combating global warming. I said to you some weeks ago, we really need to get alongside China. Quit this seeking to slog it out with them, having fights with them here, there, and everywhere.
We need to do that with everybody. Everybody. All 7 billion cousins. Another question at California. Didn't we talk about 2 months ago or 3 months ago, whenever California was burning up? If only a government had patents and admitted that they could change cloud cover, they could put the fires out in California and Oregon and everywhere else. They didn't. Why? They don't give a damn. How in the world did Bolsonaro and Brazil, how did the Amazon or the rainforest dry up so much that it could be set on fire by hundreds of people in hundreds of locations or thousands of locations and burn up so much that they can make billions and billions of dollars reclaiming land from burning up the planet's lungs? Huh, coincidence. Y'all know how I am with coinky dinks. And no coinky dinks in conflict-based predator world that are group conflict-based systems. Brazil is in conflict with us. It makes perfectly good sense. If we don't share the technology with us, that they burn up the planet's lungs to stimulate more income, to stimulate wealth. And they've had the geoengineering tools to do it for the longest time.
Let's work together in amity, and then we could get some of this good stuff. Heaven knows, here in bitterly cold London, we could do with a bit of weather interference right now.
I'm glad you mentioned London, because I think back in history books, and all of us love to watch these new shows they do lately about like The Crown, which my wife is addicted to, by the way, perhaps yours. The story of England and how powerful they were and how they manifested change all over the world, and people had to look to them. And then along came the United States. And to a certain extent, you could say the same thing about the Soviet Union, at least in terms of technology. But all of a sudden, it looks to me like all three of those need to make way for, as you say, China. Is there a strategy that you would suggest for countries like the United States, Great Britain, maybe Russia, India as well, as we see that China really is taking a predominant position from a technical standpoint?
It's a predominant position, and it's going to get more and more predominant. Russia, of course, has extremely close relations with China. In many respects, military, certainly, they have become, as it were, one country. They are now doing trade in other currencies other than the dollar or the euro. They're not using the SWIFT system. They are growing closer and closer together. And we, on the other hand, are picking fights with China. The daughter of the Huawei founder up in Canada, where you're locked into that, banning Huawei.
Well, I think all those fights are fantasy, so I'm going to go too far down that path. I think they make a lot of that stuff up again. Once again, all contrived sides. They need you to be in conflict with someone else, and that's how they stay in power. So this is a good discussion. You guys should watch it. I'm not going to go through the whole thing. I've got other things I've got to get doing. I'm going to refer back to some comments, but before I do that, wasn't there one other thing I wanted to show you? See that eye? That helps me to think. I can think better when I make that eye. Actually, I have to switch. There's something else I thought was in. What I mentioned, Jimmy Dore. That's probably the other most important things I can show you. A lot's transpired in the last 5 days, so I have to think and slowly process out what I want to tell you. Well, Jimmy Dore, what did he do? He had the clip. Hold on. The what is the name of his show? The Jimmy Dore. What's his show's name? Because I didn't even know that Trump had said this, and it's important that y'all hear it. They're all on. Well, I would say they're all on the same team. I think they're all on their own teams. However, it's important when you hear people come right out their mouth and all agree that it's our job to go basically kill people and steal their resources. Y'all remember the name? Anybody remember the name of the video? On Jimmy Dore, Biden's foreign policy, which is going to be no different than anybody else's for the most part, or he'll lose his job. It's called the Jimmy Dore Show. What was the name of the video? I'm literally about to ask Christine what was the name of the video that I watched this morning, and she was 3,000 miles away. Oh, I know what I got to do. Actually, I think I was on a different profile when I watched it, so I got to switch over. It's the dumbest thing that we got to have different profiles to be sneaky. Sneaky. Sneaky on Earth. Can't let the billionaire see me talking about it. We need to change our behavior. No, it's not on that one. It is on, I think it's on this one. It's the one with the rock music. Rock playlist. What was it? What's the name of that song? The Sky Has Eyes. What Stephen Hawking's mentioned. I was singing the song at the beginning. I'll try to find this video. The Sky is a Neighborhood. That's right. The Sky is a Neighborhood. Because the sky is a neighborhood. Let me go to history. The name of the video is. That's not the name of the video. That's not. Oh, there you go. Will Bernie confirm enemy progressives? Will Bernie confirm enemy progressives? Is that it? That doesn't sound like it. Bernie Sanders to confirm enemy. Oh, enemy of progressive. Okay. There you go, right here. This is supposed to be it right here. Just the beginning. First few minutes. No, don't buy a Hyundai Tucson. That's weird. That's so sneaky and creepy, almost like they think somebody went to Arizona. So they're showing a Tucson video for Tucson. A car called Tucson.
Mayor Tannen has come at me directly on Twitter.
Oh, before we go there, because this is about, I guess she's a Democrat, Mira Tanden. You know, the only way I can process politics is through other people as filters, people who can process the bull. I can't process it, and I can't show them. I want to mention Riley's comment real quick. They make you believe in the concept of time to sell you watches. Is that your quote? It's off the hook if it is, Riley. They make you believe in the concept of time to sell you watches. They make you believe in the concept of immigrants want to kill you, not just take care of your lawn care, not just pick your strawberries because you're too lazy to do it. They make you believe that the billionaires want to social engineer you and create laws to help you, not create laws to make the slave plantation easier to control. They make you believe in the concept of viruses want to kill you to sell you what? Something that we can't talk about. This was good. This is the first few minutes. It's worth the watch if you ask me.
This is one of my favorites. She says, important thread. Jimmy Dore has created multiple videos to attack me. I ignore them, but they could be both vicious and ludicrous. Well, I don't know how she knows that they're both vicious and ludicrous if she's ignoring them. And I don't know if she knows that by tweeting about them, that is the definition of not ignoring them. So you know they're vicious and ludicrous because you watch them. That's also not ignoring them. Someone needs to explain to you what ignore means. So, and why do I bring up?
So as we go into it, he's going to explain to you what a lot of us have told you to do, which is read Confessions of an Economic Hitman. I'm not some wild, rambling guy on the internet. Well, actually, I am a wild, rambling guy on the internet, but I tell you things that are truthful. Right? John Perkins wrote that book, We Are Colonizers, which is why I always call us colonizers, because what we do is colonize. We kill people, we steal their land, we put in governments, we topple them and steal their resources. And if you're a conservative and you don't like what I said, that, you know, Donald Trump is just, he's controlled opposition. I think he did some good things and he did bad things. At the end of the day, it's mostly going to be bad because the global billionaires own this country and they own the currency. We don't have a government. We don't have politicians. It's a corporation and we have people acting like politicians to keep a job. Just pay attention to this. This is why I call us colonizers, because no matter who's in office, this is what we're always going to do as a corporation. we're going to always agree on the side of what gives us more profit or more money. And by us, I don't mean the people. I mean the people who actually own the country.
Up Narratanen because, oh my God, the U.S. Senate will convene hearings on the confirmation of Narratanen to lead President Joseph Biden's Office of Management and Budget this Tuesday, which today's Monday, which is tomorrow. And
which should be fake news, because we don't need an Office of Management and Budget this Tuesday because we are broke. We are bankrupt. We are literally a bankrupt corporation, or we live within a bankrupt corporation, and they do anything that the international billionaires that print the money tell them to do. So we don't actually need that office. We need one office, which is the office of I'm going to do whatever you tell me to. And all that guy does is just bend over and do exactly what he's told to do.
Going to be, well, what's going to be funny is watching Bernie Sanders say nice things about her, and I'm going to tell you why that's funny in just a second. But let me just tell you who she is real quick.
Because he sells out like they all do.
She's one of these people. She's one of these neocons who calls herself a lefty. She's not. She's a corporatist, and I'm going to show you how she's also an imperialist. So she's for cutting Social Security. I have the videotape of her. We're going to show that later, of her advocating for cutting Social Security. There it is. She says we need to put both entitlements on the table as well as taxes. That's her quote from her. But this is from WikiLeaks. So now we've showed you this a couple of times on the show before, and this is why Narratanen doesn't like us at the Jimmy Dore Show, is because we reported that what WikiLeaks revealed, and this is an email from Faz Shakur, who was at the Center for American Progress, which Narratanen is the president of, or was, and he went on to become Bernie Sanders' campaign manager. And inside this email, what is revealed? Faz Shakur says, I don't think it's fair that we create our own domestic problems and then ask other nations to pay for it. You see the adverse incentive problem here, right? Faz Shakur, if we think we can make money off an incursion, we'll do it. That's a serious policy messaging moral problem for our foreign policy.
It is Fayez Shakur, which what people who read his book understand. Confessions of an Economic Hitman. This is what we do. They create domestic problems to make it okay in people's mind that we go blow up other people and steal from them. Now, tell me what happened in 2020.
Narratanen says so he's saying, hey, we should stop invading other countries because there's financial gain for it. That's not good. Narratanen comes back with, we have a giant deficit. They have a lot of oil. Most Americans would choose not to engage in the world because of that deficit. If we want to continue to engage in the world, gestures like having oil-rich countries pay us back doesn't seem crazy to me. So what she's doing there, they're talking about Libya, and she's saying we need to take their oil to pay for our invasion of their country to overthrow it. That's what she's saying. And the reason why we want to take their money is because he's doing there. They're talking about Libya.
We need to take their oil to pay back the problems that our social engineers and our sellout corporate employees, we call politicians, create.
And she's saying we need to take their oil to pay for our invasion of their country to overthrow it. That's what she's saying. And the reason why we want to take their money is because if we don't take their oil money, we're going to have to cut social programs at home. So we need to kill people in Libya, devastate their country, steal their natural resources so we don't have a political problem at home of hurting our people back here. So that's what she's advocating for. Who else advocated for that?
We bomb the oil, take the oil. Bomb the oil, take the oil. Just take it, right? I've been saying that for 4 years.
Who else said that?
The rebels were. But I'll tell you what, I'm only interested in Libya if we take the oil. If we don't take the oil, I have no interest in Libya.
So there is Narratanen was the precursor to Donald Trump's imperialism stealing the oil strategy. And here's what she said about Julian.
Which is both parties. And I appreciate the context. If someone has another context that they're taking Donald Trump out of context, I don't think that they are. Once again, my interest in him is I find him entertaining. He says very raw what other people dance around. So you notice how the Narratanen, whatever her name is, she said it very nicely. Oh, if we want to pay for some programs and we want to feed grandma and save grandma and have universal health care, we have to go murder millions of people and steal what they have to pay for your health care because you don't want to eat healthy, right? She says it to you sweet. He just says it to you in a flat out way that I think you need to hear it. That's why I appreciate Orange Man tell the damn truth the way it needs to be, raw. How about we just blow up the country and steal the resources? And if people take identity out of it, they'll realize they're saying the same thing. One is just telling it to you rough. One's telling it to you, and I think that we've been in this problem for so long that I'm just tired of hearing people speaking sweet to you with sugar and how loving it is to be a colonizer and going along with it. I appreciate the fact that he just said it raw. How about we just blow up their country and steal their resources? You know, and if any conservatives, in which I was raised in the church, have an issue with my statement that I just said, I will encourage you to turn your Bible to the 10 Commandments. But it says, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not covet. How about render to Caesar unto Caesar what is Caesar's, and unto God what is God's? And I know the scripture well, but I don't really like to go down that pathway because I think that there are principal truths and there's some things that aren't right, because there's a lot of things in the Bible. Some of them fly UFOs. Some of them speak in root truths because they create universes and dimensions. They're great creators, and some of them just got here a little bit before us and they showed up with some unfathomable technology and we thought they were gods. And China is a god to people now. Y'all get that before I let Jimmy finish? China is actually a god now. I mean, all the countries have been, but they're publicly coming out the God closet that they're a god. They can create suns and they can create weather. And what did the ancient people do? They worshiped the gods because the gods made it rain. The gods made the sun come up. The gods did. There are some synergies there that you don't want to miss. We are a cargo cult, and we always have been.
Julian Assange, after Julian Assange revealed that she was for imperialism and stealing other countries' natural resources to pay for those things. She says this about Julian Assange: there are many cultists on this site, but the Assange cultists are the worst. Assange was the agent of a proto-fascist state, Russia, to undermine democracy. That is fascist behavior. Anyone on the left should abhor what he did, not celebrate it. No, what he did was expose your fascist behavior, Naratanen, and now you want to continue with more fascist behavior by persecuting and prosecuting journalists who tell truths about powerful people like yourself, advocating for stealing other countries' natural resources. That's why she wants to kill Julian Assange, and that's why she wants to come at the Jimmy Dore show. So you get it, right? So I reported what Julian Assange did. She wants to get rid of him. She wants to get rid of me because I report what Julian Assange reported. That's what this is all about. And now she's going into Joe Biden's administration. And here is the article from the Gray Zone. It says, will the Senate scrutinize Biden's budget nominee, Naratanden's apparent pay-for-play foreign policy corruption? And this is from our guest, Max Blumenthal. And real quickly, he says, as president of the Center for American Progress, Naratanden raked in whopping donations from repressive right-wing foreign governments while she advanced their hardline policy priorities in Washington. Will the Senate ask her about these sordid arrangements? I got $2,000 check that says no, they won't. How about that? Okay. Tanden is a veteran Democratic Party operative, best known for her fanatical loyalty to Hillary Clinton, intemperate online commentary, and visceral loathing of anything remotely affiliated with Bernie Sanders. Under Tanden's watch, CAP raked in hefty donations from foreign governments and their lobbying operations while churning out policy papers and organizing events that furthered those donors' interests inside the Beltway. And who are those donors?
Well, before we go there, I can guess who those donors are. They're donors that want to keep their governments the way they are because they're puppet governments. They're donors that are militarist, Raytheon, they're corporations. They're basically donors that do what we know our model is, right? We are an oil company with a military, and we use that military for whatever you want to use it for, right? And this is one of the main issues the military has. They tell you that these things aren't about what they say they are, right? As Brother Mark puts it, is when he was in the army, he was an assassin for hire. And that really is what it is. We just don't call it that. I wish Donald Trump would have said that, but he kind of said that. This is what the system is designed to do. And anybody, including Nora Tanden or Neera Tanden, whatever her name is, Donald Trump, Barack Obama, any of them that are stupid enough to actually defy a system that the majority cheer for because they're stimulated is crazy. The system would just kill them. They'll just end up where JFK went.
Those donors included lobbyists from the apartheid regime of Israel, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, the United Arab Emirates, whose ambassador to the U.S. publicly thanked Center for American Progress for a favorable report it published following a series of substantial donations, and the administration of Taiwan, which used Center for American Progress as a vehicle to campaign for more hostile U.S. policy towards China. These apparent pay-for-play arrangements were defining features of Tanden's time at the helm of one of the most heavily funded Beltway think tank operations, the Center for American Progress. But strangely, as her confirmation to Biden's administration moves forward, even her fiercest adversaries in the Senate have not signaled any intent to scrutinize the ethical baggage she accumulated while pushing the Democratic Party to adopt a decidedly neoconservative foreign policies. And of course, you know what happened in Libya: executions, torture, slave markets persist in Libya. And this is what she said: hey, which entities want American troops totally removed from Iraq? Iran and ISIS. So let's bring in Max right now. So Max, I want you to come on and give the balance. Tell me some of the good stuff about Neera Tanden, because I don't want it to be all negative. And so that's why I have you on. Tell me, I want to give a fair and balanced approach to Neera Tanden.
So I'll give a few minutes of what he has to say. I didn't hear what he had to say. I mean, me in particular, I kind of heard what I wanted to hear, right? None of this is new. Neither is the weather machines, right? This is what we've always known for a very long time. Those of us who actually care about what's going on, not those of us who are just on teams confirming bias. And that is, we're colonizers. We're killers. This is what we do. This is why you need to move off grid. This is why you need to off grid everything in your life. Everything from your news to your water to your food. Sometimes your friends. Off gridding from the system. The system needs you to engage with it. The more you engage with it, the more you vote, the more people they kill. The more taxes you pay, the more you do, the more you buy. Just buying cucumbers in the store means somebody around the world has to be enslaved to grow your cucumbers. Right? The system needs to die at its core because it's rotten to the core, and nobody in the mafia is going to help you defy the mafia. This is why I'm not so worried about my friends like, oh, you almost died down by the bar and running out there with the cartels. Nothing is more dangerous than the people with the pens. People with guns aren't dangerous. People with guns aren't doing as good a job as the people in government are, right? That's what you need to fear. You need to fear the systematic, those who uphold a system that obviously is based in blood money and murder, right? And stop taking the stimulus, which is basically just a payoff. The way she describes, I like how she describes things to people, right? She's telling you, to a degree, yeah, well, you know, we need to kill people to keep you alive. We need to kill people to bring you health care. We need to kill people to solve the problems that we created through artificial scarcity and legislation. She says it in a nice way. And I like niceness. However, Donald Trump said it in a raw way. And I like that too. I just think that we're in a time where we need to just hear it raw. You're killers, you're murderers, you're psychopathic. You're either going to off grid and get away from that system, or we're just going to keep using the people you put in office, if you actually put them in office, to do our dirty work, murder for us. We are colonizers. That is what we do. We are slavers. Nobody in the United States is fighting supremacy. We are the supremacists. We hold the world hostage while we're being held hostage.
This pattern of Neera's tantrums, and there's a reason she's earned the nickname Nero Tanden for this kind of outrageous behavior, which is often in defense of Hillary Clinton. I mean, you ask Hillary Clinton one critical question about her role in falsely whipping up WMD hysteria on the Senate floor, which ultimately led to the death of around 1 million Iraqis. And you get physically assaulted. So this kind of behavior is familiar to people online who've encountered her. And I was telling a story about how I criticized John McCain and pointed out these racist comments he made. I hate the gooks and I always will hate them, John McCain said. I mean, he refused to apologize for that. And then she comes in and starts attacking me and accusing me of helping Trump and starts making comments about my childhood and just trying to personally dehumanize me for criticizing the biggest neocon warmonger in the Senate. And this is the kind of behavior we're familiar with, but it conceals, I think, a much more salient issue about just pure sleaze, corruption, and the real concrete role that she has played in infecting the Democratic Party with militarism and neoconservatism by raking in money from people and governments who are not unlike Donald Trump around in the rest of the world, and taking that money and then advancing those governments' militaristic interests in Washington. One figure I would point to is Shinzo Abe, who is the former prime minister of Japan. Neera Tanden flew out to Tokyo to have a friendly meeting. She proudly tweeted an image of herself with Abe. And then, as Cap proceeded to take between $100,000 and $250,000 a year from the embassy of Japan, Neera Tanden proceeded to advance closer ties between the U.S. and Japan, of course, to counter China, to turn up the new Cold War with China. Let's just talk about who Abe is, because this is lesser known. I mean, we can get into her relationship with Netanyahu.
Oh, well, I'll let y'all watch the rest of it if you want to watch it. I'm not going to. I saw pieces of it, and they started talking about who Abe is. And if you know who the DNC and the GOP are, you already know the content of Abe's character. So we don't have to go into the details of that. I'm going to do comments, and I'm going to get out of here. Yep, the left-right paradigm is completely fake, Max. 100% fake. There is no two parties in the United States. There is only one. Colonizers are us. That is who we are. We need to embrace that. Until we look in the mirror and accept that, yes, this dress makes us look fat. This dress makes us look like colonizers because we are colonizers. Until we accept our own dirt, until we can see ourselves clearly in the mirror, nothing will ever change. People still believe the fake news, the fake history, the fake science, the fake heroism that we are here to help. We're not here to help. We're here to kill you and steal what you have, because the people at home here aren't critical thinking enough to look at the actual problems, see the root solutions, and change their behavior. All right, I want to end somewhere around aliens, because that's always a fun thing. Anyhow, the aliens will stop these dangerous tools. Christine, I know you're about to go to dinner. My perspective hasn't changed on that. When I look up, and this is the real sky, by the way. I mean, this is what the sky is supposed to look like. This is what I was trying to tell y'all. If they're not lying, the people who live out west. The sky is dusty. It is literally a neighborhood. The sky is full of us. There are no aliens. There's just an ecosystem, and life is everywhere. And the fact that no one has physically gotten involved from another planet at some wide level interaction publicly, they're not going to help. There are no heroes on the way. I think at a minimum level, Christine, they won't fix it for us. I think they'll keep us from blowing up the planet, because I think they like deers, they like slugs, they like bears, they find them interesting and fascinating. And this is obviously a planet where life is cultivated. But will they help us? They'll stop us from destroying the planet and all the life on it. I don't think that they'll stop us from destroying ourselves. I think they're willing to let us go. Only we can save us. We have no heroes in alien form, in Q form, in Trump form, in Biden form, in form of any government or corporation, billionaire form, or Fauci form. Only we save us, and it begins in us no longer being stimulated by things that are obvious hush money and bribes for things that they want to do, destroying economies, to bring about such debt and hyperinflation that will go off and fight in their next wars. I know that the aliens are there, Christine, and I also know that by them not getting involved on a obvious level, messing with nuclear facilities that are making nuclear weapons and I guess grabbing a monkey or two for experiments, it's an obvious message to us that we have to save us, that we need to pull our own draws up and get out there and become our own heroes, right? Good Lord have mercy. I'm going to end on a Hollywood statement. And I'll post the link. I want y'all to watch his interview and speech, which is only like 8 minutes. What's his name? Matthew McConaughey, where he basically said, which is true, it might be a story he stole from somebody else, but it's the root truth, which is why you don't worry about where the truth is from. If it's the truth, it's the truth. Share it. The only heroes we have are us in the future. Either we want to step up and be the heroes that our kids think we are, and that's a lie because we're not, or we just want to keep being the villains, pretending that somebody else is the hero or somebody else is the villain. Anyway, it's Gerard. I got to go. Y'all have a wonderful day. I'll give you more on the voyages and the stories at a later date. Y'all have a great day. It's Gerard. Love y'all now.
Break the chains that bind me, 'cause I wanna break the chains that bind you. Do you wanna set the world free, have perfect harmony? Isn't it time for that? Do you wanna free, boom, 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 free the people? Do you wanna free, boom, 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 free the people from the bottom to the top? Make modern slavery stop. Do you want to let go of the prisoners? See everyone happy. We can have this and more if we open up the doors. Well, what do you think about that? Do you want to free, boom, boom, free the people? Do you want to free, boom, boom, free the people and Mother Nature too? Close down all the zoos. Do you want to boom, 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 boom? Do you want to boom, 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 boom? Do you want to free?